And hello again, baseball fans, and welcome to Story Field on the campus of Lower Columbia College here in Longview, Washington, as the Northwest Athletic Conference Baseball Championships continue here from Longview, Washington. This afternoon, game number 2 of our 4 games, a quadruple header, features the Walla Warriors and the Linn-Benton Roadrunners. Walla comes in here as the East Division number 3 team, while Linn-Benton arrives as the South Division number 1 team. Walla, a 28-18 record on the year, 16-12 in league play, while Linn-Benton 30-11 overall and 19-5. The winner of this ball game will play Columbia Basin tomorrow at 4:35. The loser meets Tacoma tomorrow morning at 9:35. Columbia Basin edging Tacoma 2-1 on an error on the right fielder with in the bottom of the 9th inning, plating the winning run, and the Columbia Basin Hawks win by a score of 2-1. Here is the starting lineup for Walla. Again, the visiting team here this afternoon. Leading off will be the designated hitter, Brandon Wagstaff. Wagstaff leading off, he'll be the designated hitter. He'll be followed by the center fielder, Sean Coffey. Coffey, the center fielder, batting number 2. Josh Kutzke is the third baseman. He is batting third for Walla today. Hitting fourth will be Keelan Martin. Martin batting fourth is the first baseman. Larry DeWitt will hit in the number 5 hole today for Walla. DeWitt is the second baseman. Batting sixth for Walla this afternoon will be Colton Piha. Piha is the right fielder, and again batting sixth. Batting seventh will be the catcher for Walla this afternoon. His name is Futa Ikuma. Ikuma batting seventh and is catching. Hitting eighth this afternoon will be Robbie Heiberg. Heiberg batting eighth in left field, and batting ninth for Walla here this afternoon will be Quentin LaFontaine. LaFontaine, the shortstop for Walla here this afternoon. For Linn-Benton, the starting pitcher will be Travis Sanders. Sanders for the Linn-Benton Roadrunners, a right-hander. He is ready to get this ball game underway. So Walla and Linn-Benton in game number 2 here as we get ready to start the afternoon's session. So stepping on in is Brandon Wagstaff, and the first pitch from Sanders is a fastball inside, ball 1. First pitch coming at 12:34 here this afternoon. And Sanders is ready. Here's the next pitch. That fastball is high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Brandon Wagstaff. A .310 hitter this year. As you get a look at him, hits from the right side. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that one misses high, ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes on Brandon Wagstaff. He'll be followed by Coffey and Kutzke here in the first inning of game number 2. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and that fastball, Wagstaff taking all the way for strike 1. 3 balls and a strike on Wagstaff. Beautiful day here in Longview. Temperature in the mid-60s. Here's the next pitch, and that fastball catches the outside edge for strike 2. Wagstaff had taken a couple steps down the line as he thought the pitch was outside, but our home plate umpire, Jim Courtney, says no. Courtney behind the plate, John Jackson at first, and Ryan Sorensen at third. Count is full on the leadoff hitter, Brandon Wagstaff. Here's a pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Left side of the infield, shortstop Logan Meadows out over there and reaches up, makes the catch for the first out of the ball game. So Wagstaff starts out with a 3-0 count, and then he is retired on the pop-up in the infield for the first out of the ball game. So the second batter for Walla here this afternoon will be the center fielder Sean Coffey. Coffey, a freshman. Here's the first pitch to him, and that fastball catches the outside corner for strike 1. No balls and a strike on Sean Coffey. It'll look there at Sanders. We'll go over the defense here in just a moment. Here is the 0-1 pitch, and that fastball bounces up to the plate for ball 1. 1 ball and the strike on Coffey. In left field for Linn-Benton here this afternoon is Jack Bauer. Cole Carter is the center fielder. Caleb Smith is in right. Here's the 1-1 pitch that's cut on and fouled at the plate for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Damon Peters is the third baseman. At short, Logan Meadows. For the Roadrunners at second base, Tate Cowden. First baseman is Colton Cosner. As the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's a pitch, and swing and a miss, strike 3. And Coffey goes down for the second out of the inning. So Sanders records his first strikeout of the afternoon. And quickly there are 2 up and 2 down for Walla Walla here in the top of the first inning. No score. Now they'll bring to plate Josh Kutzke. Behind the plate for Walla Walla as Kutzke steps in and takes the first pitch. Fastball low and away for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Behind the plate for Linn-Benton, Spencer Desbiens. And on the mound, Travis Richards. Here's the next pitch, and that fastball is a little high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Kutzke. Richards is ready. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and that fastball is downstairs for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes on Kutzke. And for the second time in the first 3 batters, the pitcher, Sanders, has fallen behind 3 balls and no strikes. Here comes the next pitch, and that fastball is high for ball 4. Kutzke draws a 2-out walk here in the top of the first inning. And that'll bring to plate Keelan Martin. No score, top of the first inning between Walla Walla and Linn-Benton in game number 2 here at the 2017 NWAC Baseball Championships. Stepping up in is Martin, left-handed batter, and he takes the first pitch, and that fastball called strike 1. No balls and a strike on Keelan Martin. Martin, another freshman. Lake Stevens, Washington graduate. They list him as a right-handed hitter, but obviously, if you're watching here on TV, he hits from the left side. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that fastball misses away for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Keelan Martin. Martin on the year, a .348 batting average, which leads the Warriors this year. As a runner at first base, Kutzke takes his lead. From the stretch, here's a pitch. Waved at and missed. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Keelan Martin. Looked like Richards took a little bit off that pitch, and Martin well in front of him, now behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield playing straight away, as does the outfield. Breeze blowing from right to left, and the pitcher Sanders steps off the rubber. Well, the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes on the number 4 hitter, Keelan Martin. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Swing and bounce foul. And the count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. If Martin's able to keep the inning alive, Larry DeWitt awaits on deck for Walla Walla. Beautiful day. Again here in Longview, about 66 degrees at first pitch. Sanders is ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive. Hit on a hop to the shortstop. He's got it. Flips to the second baseman, and that retires Walla Walla here in the top of the first inning. For Walla Walla, in the top of the first inning, no runs on no hits. There are no errors, and one runner left on base. After a half inning of play here at Story Field in Longview, your score, Walla Walla nothing, Linn-Benton coming to bat.
Seattle Pacific University is a premier Christian university where each year 4,000 students catch a vision for making a difference in the world. All across the globe, SPU graduates are making an impact in medicine, technology, athletics, business, education, music, theater, and more. SPU is dedicated to outstanding scholarship and thoughtful faith. It's a powerful combination that brings about change in the lives of graduates and in the people and communities they serve. Seattle Pacific University, engaging the culture, changing the world.
Soldiers in the Guard's intelligence field gather information on the enemy using a variety of tactics. Scanning foreign communications, conducting interrogations, and debriefing friendly contacts, all while delivering and coordinating data to help allies on the battlefield or stop civil emergencies. The enemy can't hide from Guard intelligence.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Okay, back here at Lower Columbia College, Game 2 of the NWAC Baseball Championships featuring Linn-Benton and Walla Walla. And for Linn-Benton here in the bottom of the first, Colton Cosner, Jack Bauer, Damon Peters due up to face Jared Molna. Molna, a right-handed pitcher for the Walla Walla Warriors. On the year, has a 2.94 ERA and a 5-1 record. He is ready. Here's the first pitch to Cosner. Swings, pops it up. First base side, foul territory. High sun, the first baseman, off his glove, and it falls to the turf. Keelan Martin looking into the sun, tried to shade it. He was in foul territory, hit off the heel of his glove, and that'll be ruled in error, I'm sure, as we get this ball game underway. Martin looks at his glove, thought he had it all the way, but he dropped it and is ruled an error on Martin. So doesn't cost Walla Walla anything yet, as Cosner will step back up to the plate. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball, and that misses outside for ball one. 1 ball and a strike on Colton Cosner. Ravi Heiberg is in left field. Sean Coffey is in center. Colton Piha in right for Walla Walla. Here's the next pitch, swing and a fly ball. Hit the right field towards the line. Moving on over is Piha. He's in fair territory. Reaches up, makes the catch for out number 1. Cosner skies to the right fielder Piha for the first out of the inning. And we have 1 out in the bottom of the first. Delivering the plate, Jack Bauer. Bauer, the left fielder for Linn-Benton. Left-handed hitter. And face right-hander Molna. We'll give you more of the defense here in just a moment. Molna's first pitch to Bauer is ruled a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Kutzke is the third baseman. LaFontaine is the shortstop for Walla Walla. Larry DeWitt is at second base. Here's the next pitch. That fastball is inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Keelan Martin patrols first base. Behind the dish is Futa Ikuma, and on the mound is Jared Molna for Walla Walla. Here comes a 2-0 pitch. That fastball catches the outside corner for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Bauer. Damon Peters awaits on deck for Linn-Benton. Here comes a wind and delivery. The 2-1 pitch rolled up towards second base. Diving stop there by DeWitt. Stands and he cannot make a throw. And safe at first base is Jack Bauer. A ball hit up the middle, moving quite a ways is DeWitt as he dives, knocks the ball down, but he's unable to get up and make a throw to first base. And Bauer has the first hit of the ball game. An infield single for Linn-Benton here with 1 out in the bottom half of the first inning. No score as Damon Peters, the third baseman, steps up for the Roadrunners. Bauer takes his lead at first. From the stretch works Molna. Here's the pitch. Fastball is high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Peters. Peters a .314 batting average with 1 home run and 30 RBIs on the season. He's heading the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Molnar ready from the stretch. Now he'll throw to first base, and getting back there safely is Bauer. So the count remains 1 ball and no strikes on Damon Peters. Bauer will get his lead off again at first base as he's held on there by Martin. Another throw to first base and diving back on a close play that time, but Bauer scampers back in. Bauer's testing Molna right now, trying to get a little bit farther and farther out. See if he can get a good jump, perhaps attempt a stolen base, or perhaps the Roadrunners going for a hit and run. And Molna from the stretch. There's the pitch. And it's a fastball, misses inside. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Peters. LCC with a new infield this year. And beautiful. It's my first trip here with all my other things going on. Haven't had a chance to make it over. Another throw to first base. All artificial turf. And then the infield, no longer dirt. I understand it's recycled tires. And so not as much maintenance. So recycled tires out there for the dirt. As here comes the 2-0 pitch. There goes the runner. The pitch is high. Throw down to second base. The slide. And safe at second base is Bauer. Coming on over to cover was a shortstop, LaFontaine. The ball goes off his glove. And down at second base on the stolen base is Jack Bauer. So the count now 2 balls and 1 strike on Peters. And Linn-Benton with a runner in scoring position with Bauer at second base. No score. Again, bottom of the first inning between Linn-Benton and Walla Walla. Peters steps back in. Molna, the peer in now to the plate. Again from the set. Here comes the pitch. Curveball. Called strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Peters. Infield plays back. Outfield straight away. We'll take a look at Story Field dimensions here in a moment as well. A unique baseball stadium, as most are. I mean, most stadiums have a little bit of their quirks, and down the line here, 305 down the left field line, 326 down the right field line. As again, Molna looks back to second base. Here's a pitch, curveball, swing, hopped out of play. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 342 to left center field here at Story Field. 387 to the power alleys. 354 to right center field. And then dead straight away, he's got about a 20-foot barn. You have to hit it on the roof and over for a home run. So, again, a unique stadium here at Lower Columbia College. Molnar ready, checks back to second. He fakes the throw, and diving back again is Bauer. This field is used a lot, though, so the artificial turf really comes in handy here in the weather here, as it can absorb a lot of moisture and allow teams to play. Molna again peers back to second base. Again he looks, comes home with a pitch. 2-2 pitch, check, swing. He went, the ball gets past the catcher, picks it up, throws the first, and Peters is retired for the second out of the inning. Check swing, the catcher Ikuma could not come up with it cleanly, so he has to throw it down to first base. Martin for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs now for Linn-Benton as Molna picks up his first strikeout of the ball game. Now they'll bring to the plate the cleanup hitter Caleb Smith. No score, 2 outs, bottom of the first between Linn-Benton and Walla Walla. Molna again looks back to second. Another time. This time he'll throw, and Bauer dives safely back in again. So Bauer making Molna think out there, as he has already stolen 1 base and continues to take a healthy lead out at second, and Molna trying to keep him close. But again, no score. Molna from the stretch. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, swing, popped up. Shallow right field. This is going to be a tough play. Long run for the right fielder. Near the line, reaches up and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Colton Piha, a long run from right field. Justin Ferratori reaches up and makes the catch for the third out of the inning for Linn-Benton. For the Roadrunners in the first inning, no runs on 1 base hit. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. After 1 complete inning of play here at the NWAC Baseball Championships, Linn-Benton nothing, Walla Walla nothing.
When you first visit Seattle Pacific University, it's easy to fall in love with the campus. But just ask one of the students. There's something different about SPU, a place where faith, service, and academic excellence meet. And it's the only private university in the Pacific Northwest to make the latest U.S. News and World Report Best National Universities list. This is Seattle Pacific University.
Before there could be a nation, there had to be people willing to fight for it, to take on the world's greatest challenges, whatever they might be. So the U.S. Army masters not only tactics and strategy, but also physics and chemistry. We make battle plans and create breakthroughs in medicine, science, and engineering. Our next mission could be anything, so we prepare for everything.
first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you. For them. Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Larry DeWitt steps up to start the second inning for Walla Walla, and he's already behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes as he faces Sanders. No score, top of the second inning. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Fastball is down low, ball 2. Home plate umpire Jim Courtney moving the teams along between innings, probably giving them about 1 minute to get ready and get playing. And so they're out there and ready to go. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Curveball. Swing popped up. Shallow right center field. The second baseman looking up into the sun. Cowden reaches up, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Again, the sun's going to be kind of tough here for a little bit, as right now on the right side of the field, you're staring right into it as you reach up and try and make the catch. And a nice play that time by Cowden for the first out of the inning. That'll bring to the plate Colton Piha. First pitch to him. He shows the bunt and he takes the pitch down low for ball 1. Piha with a nice running catch to end the bottom of the first inning as he caught the ball just in fair territory to retire the Roadrunners and their lone at bat so far. Takes the next pitch down low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Piha. .261 hitter this season. Sanders is ready. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Swing and a ground ball. Hit to the right side into right field for a base hit. Pia takes a look as the ball is thrown on in by the right fielder. And Pia has the first hit of the ball game for Walla Walla. Ground ball between the first baseman and second baseman as
the catcher, number
Cowden tried to dive to make the stop but had no chance. And Pia has the first hit of the ball game for Walla Walla. That'll bring up Ikuma for the Walla Walla Warriors with a scoreless tie. And Sanders from the stretch. And the first pitch is low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Ikuma comes in with a .308 batting average, 1 home run, 14 RBIs on the year. Right-handed hitter from Japan. Here's a 1-0 pitch, and that fastball is high. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Ikuma. Freshman. You get a look at him there. And again, he is the backstop, or the backstop for Walla Walla here this afternoon. Infield looking for the double play ground ball. Here's a pitch, and he's taking all the way. It's a fastball to belt for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike on Futa Ikuma. The third baseman playing even with the bag, that being Peters, and the first baseman Koss are holding on the runner at first base, Piha. Throw to first base, and diving back safely is Piha. And Sanders will retrieve the ball, and we'll go through it again. 2 balls, 1 strike on Ikuma. Look over to first base by Sanders. He'll work from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fastball swinging a line drive down the left field line. Just foul. Over the head of the third baseman Peters, but it hooked at the last second, and it goes foul. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ikuma right on it, but just pulled it a bit, and it hooks foul at the last moment, and so it's just a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Ikuma. Sanders again. Work from the stretch in this scoreless contest. Here's the pitch. Fastball, bouncing ball, hit towards the second baseman, steps on the bag, jump throw to first, in time, double play. Nice play by Cowden as the ball took him to the bag. He steps on the base for the first out, throws the first in time, and Ikuma is retired on the 4-3 double play. For Walla Walla in the second inning, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, no runners left on base. After an inning and a half of play here at Lower Columbia College, Walla Walla nothing, Linn-Benton nothing.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Bottom of the second inning between Linn-Benton and Walla Walla, no score. And for the Roadrunners here in the second, Cowden, Congdon, and Carter to face Walla Walla's Molna. And the first pitch to take Cowden is a fastball high, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes on Cowden. Second baseman turned the nice double play to end the second for Linn-Benton as the ball was hit to him, stepped on second, then threw the jump throw to first base, and he forced Ikuma into the 4-3 double play. He's heading the count now, 2 balls and no strikes. Here's a pitch, swing, popped up, and that will go out of play for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Cowden. Be sure to check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. Here comes a 2-1 pitch, and that fastball is up and in for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on Cowden. Cowden, 267 on the year. Looking to get on base here in game number 2. The NWAC Championships. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. So the count runs full now on Cowden. Cowden, a freshman from Eagle Point, Oregon. Here comes a 3-2 pitch, and that pitch is high, ball 4. So Cowden draws a leadoff walk for Linn-Benton to start the second inning, and for Molna, that is his first walk of the ball game. So Cowden trots on down to first, and they'll bring up the designated hitter, Josh Congdon. Congdon with the number 2 on his back takes a look down, third base coach, and he will get the signal and step on in. Linn-Benton with the pinstripe jerseys, blue numerals edged in gold. And Molna will work from the stretch, and he'll throw over to first base. Diving back safely is Cowden. Now Congdon looking to give the Roadrunners a first lead of the ball game. .349 batting average. He's their best hitter. Here's the pitch. Swing and foul back to the screen for strike 1. No balls and a strike on Congdon. As expected, most of the kids for Linn-Benton come from Oregon. In this case, though, Congdon comes from Lacey, which is just north of here, of Longview, about 60 miles. And he is a freshman. Working from the stretch is Molna. Another throw to first base, and diving back once again is the runner Cowden. Again, both pitchers, especially Molna, uses a lot of throws to first base. So he obviously is concerned with runners on the base paths. Here's a pitch. Curveball, swinging a line drive foul and over the fence into the area that when the Black Bears will be playing here. Will be some stands. Again, I mentioned this field is used a lot. It's used for Cal's Black Bears, the Woodbat semi-pro team here in Longview. It's used for Lower Columbia College, obviously, because it's their home field. A lot of high school, junior Legion games played here as well. Molna from the stretch, another throw to first base. Babe Ruth games played here as well. It's hosted Babe Ruth World Series, and it will again in 2018. The field gets its money's worth, to say the least. Molna from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Cut on and miss. Check. Foul tipped into the glove for strike 3. So Congdon strikes out for the first out of the ball game, the first out of the inning. And for Molna, that's his second strikeout of the afternoon. Well, Congdon fans, now they're bringing to the plate the center fielder, Cole Carter. Carter, a right-handed hitter for Linn-Benton, freshman. His infield playing back, looking for the double play ground ball. Molna from the stretch. Long time again, and another throw to first base. Diving back is Cowden. Now Carter, the center fielder for Linn-Benton, not having a great year offensively, a 191 batting average, but he does have 4 home runs on the year. And the first pitch is called ball 1, which does lead the Roadrunners in home runs, as he has 4 with 24 RBIs. That is third best on the team in RBIs. So he does have power. Molnar ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing, popped up, out of play. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. No score. Bottom of the second inning, 1 out between Linn-Benton and Walla Walla. 2017 NWAC Baseball Championships. Heard in the pregame warm-ups. 13th straight year Lower Columbia has hosted this. Another throwback to first base. I hope you enjoy our broadcast. Hope you enjoy coming to the games. This year we're not going to have a weather problem. Expect temperatures in the 80s starting tomorrow, running through Monday. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That fastball off the glove of the catcher, and no chance to advance from first is Cowden. One of the few times that we're going to have a beautiful, weather-wise Memorial Day weekend here in Western Washington. And we hope you're able to come on out and visit. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing, popped up, and that'll go out of play once again. And the count evens out at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Carter. 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow, and then we start eliminating some of the teams, as the 9:30 and 12:35 games tomorrow are loser out contests. And we know Tacoma will be playing the loser of this ball game at 9:35. Then the nightcap games will feature those 2 losers and a loser out. And then we'll have a couple other teams moving on as well. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, swinging a ground ball, rammed towards the shortstop. LaFontaine has it. Throws the second for 1. Really on the first. It's in time, and the double play is completed. A 6-4-3 twin killing, and Cowden and Carter are retired, and so is Linn-Benton here in the second. For the Roadrunners in the second, no runs on no hits. There are no errors, no runners left on base. After 2 complete innings of play, your score, Linn-Benton nothing, Walla Walla nothing.
Ready for a new adventure? Study at Douglas College in Vancouver, Canada. Take a post-degree program and launch your career, or prepare to study at top Canadian universities. Become eligible for a 3-year work visa with a 2-year program. Choose success. Choose Douglas College.
Look, baseball's a numbers game. A 570-foot home run at age 15, 31 homers in 66 games, first front cover at 16, number 1 overall draft pick, majors at 19. Over 100 home runs is 34. On-base percentage of 340, then 368, then 460. Four-time All-Star, beating 9.2 million ballots, 30 out of 30 MVP votes, chasing 762, 4256, 2297, 3562. You're 220 at age 23. 597, But kid, just remember, no number sounds as good as this.
We start the top of the third inning of play, and Rob Heiberg stands in and takes the first pitch for strike one. Here's the next pitch from Sanders, and that's called strike two. Heiberg, LaFontaine, then back to the top of the order. Wagstaff for Walla Walla here in the third inning. No score between Walla Walla and Linn-Benton. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one is wasted outside for ball one. Heiberg, the left fielder for Walla Walla here this afternoon. On the year, a .236 batting average. Sanders is ready. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. That fastball swing, fouled away. And the count stays at 1-2 strikes. Again, just beautiful weather here today. As you know, around the Northwest, it was a cold, wet winter. Comes a 1-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike three. And Heiberg fans for the first out here in the third inning. For Sanders, that's his second strikeout of the ballgame. They'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Quentin LaFontaine. Yes, it was a long, hard, cold, and lonely winter. And as the Beatles used to sing, here comes the sun. And it is here. You don't want me to sing, trust me. Here comes the first pitch to LaFontaine and a fastball outside part of the plate for strike one. No balls on a strike on LaFontaine. Walla Walla nothing. Linn-Benton nothing here in the top of the third inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball, low. Ball one. One ball and a strike on LaFontaine. Quentin LaFontaine, a .300 hitter. Played 31 of the 41 games, or of the 36 games for Walla Walla, and that pitch misses away for ball two. 2 balls and a strike on LaFontaine. Infield plays him straight back, as does the outfield, straight away. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. Swing, popped up, and that will go out of play on the first base side, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is a wood bat tournament, so the outfielders don't play as deep as they do at major college. You know, play medium depth here. Here's a 2-2 pitch, swinging a little blooper towards right center field. On comes the right fielder. Smith reaches up, makes the catch for the second out. And that right there is what I'm talking about. The right fielder, Smith, not playing that deep, blooped off the end of the bat, and on the run he makes a catch, and LaFontaine is retired for the second out of the inning. So we'll go back to the top of the order for Walla Walla, and that'll bring up Brandon Wagstaff. He takes the first pitch in and tight for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Wagstaff is 0 for 1 today. Popped up to the shortstop Meadows in his only at bat. No score, top of the third. Here's the next pitch. That fastball is wide for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Wagstaff. Wagstaff from Woodcross, Utah. Comes a 2-0 pitch. Fastball swing, fouled away. And the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. When you look at the rosters, you can kind of see where the colleges are located just by their rosters, where they recruit from. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a line drive into the gap, left center field. That'll fall for a base hit. To first base goes Wagstaff. He takes a wide turn, comes into second, head first slide, and he is safe with a 2-out double. Wagstaff, a line drive into the gap into left center field. Run down there by Bauer. He fires into the shortstop, who throws into second base, but in safely with a 2-out double is Brandon Wagstaff, and Walla Walla has a runner at second base with 2 outs. That'll bring to the plate Sean Coffey. Or Walla Walla, just its second hit of the ball game. Linn-Benton with only 1. No score as Coffey steps to the plate. First pitch to him Misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Coffee. .331 batting average this season. No home runs, but 18 RBIs. Number 19 gives the Warriors the lead. He asks for time now. And our home plate umpire, Jim Courtney, grants it. Now he signals play back in. 1 ball, no strikes on Coffee. Sanders from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fastball a little bit inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on Coffee. If he's able to keep the inning alive, Coetzee awaits on deck for Walla Walla. 2 outs, runner at second base. Sanders gets the signal. Here's the pitch. And that fastball, outside corner, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike on Sean Coffey. Walla Walla, again, the East Division number 3 team. Got here by winning a regional. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. Fastball, cut on miss, strike 2. Nicely placed fastball that time by Sanders, down around the knees, and Coffey couldn't catch up with it. Now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second, Wagstaff takes his lead. Coffey stands back in. Left-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher. Couple looks back to second. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Coffey goes down for the 3rd out of the inning. Second time this afternoon that Coffey is struck out, and for Sanders, that is his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. For Walla Walla in the 3rd, no runs on 1 hit. There are no errors and 1 runner left on base. After 2.5 innings of play here at Story Field in Longview, your score, Walla Walla nothing, Linn-Benton nothing.
Thank anyone who takes part, everyone who takes part, for helping support community college athletics.
People say knowledge is power, and they have a point.
At Portland State, you tell your own story.
You build your own stage.
You take your best ideas to the streets.
You let the world see who you are
and who you hope to be. Knowledge is about how hard you're willing to work to do something real.
It's about how far you're willing to go to do something great.
Logan Meadows is up to bat for the Linn-Benton Roadrunners here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on him already. Number 8 hitter, as working quickly, is Molna. Comes a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Meadows strikes out for the 1st out here in the 3rd inning. For Molna, that is his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. And both pitchers, Sanders and Molna, have struck out 3. Up now for Linn-Benton will be the number 9 hitter, catcher Spencer Desbiens, and he will have his first look at the pitcher Molna. Here comes the first pitch to him, and that fastball, a little bit inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Desbiens. Desbiens for Linn-Benton, a left-handed hitter, and the next pitch, that one misses again for ball 2. 2 balls and No strikes. 234 batting average for Des Beans. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. The sophomore from Salem. Again, I mentioned where some of the kids come from. Linn-Benton, obviously in the valley for Oregon Valley, Willamette Valley, Albany. There's a lot of kids from that area. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and that pitch at the knees for strike two. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Des Beans. A lot of them from Salem, Corvallis, Eugene. There are a few that come from other areas, obviously. They got Lake Oswego and West Linn on the team as well. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. That fastball swinging a little looper towards left field. And there to make the catch is Robbie Heiberg. Heiberg in a couple steps. It looked like the ball was going to fall, but it hung up there. He's able to make the catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 down for Linn-Benton here in the third inning. We'll back to the top of the order for the Roadrunners and Colton Cosner. Cosner 0 for 1 this afternoon. Here's the first pitch to him. Lined foul into the area that is normally full of seats when the Cowless Black Bears are here, but fortunately no one there right now, and it lands harmlessly in the fan area. So Cosner has an 0-1 count as Molna is ready. Here's the pitch. Fastball bounces up to the plate for ball 1. 1 ball and a strike. Cosner flied out to the right fielder Piha in his first at bat. Piha made a nice play near the right field line for the out. Here comes the next pitch. Check swing, curveball, and it's ball 2. Did not go. Cosner did not go in the play, so the count 2 balls and a strike. Cosner popped one up, and the only error of the ball game came as that pitch swing and a line drive into right center field. In on the ball comes Coffey, then it sails over his head. It'll roll all the way to the warning track. He slips now on the warning track, picked up the baseball. To third base goes Cosner, and he is held there. Coffey started on in, ran a long ways to his left and reached up, and the ball sailed over his head, rolls all the way to the barn as he tries to pick it up. He slips down there. That allowed Cosner to get to third. He thought about going to home. As you see it there, picks up the baseball, and he was held at third base, so that's where he is now with 2 outs. I believe it will be ruled a triple. Well, wait. It is ruled a triple. So Cosner is down at third with a 2-out triple and a chance for the Roadrunners to get the first run of the ball game. That'll bring to play Jack Bauer. Bauer, another left-handed batter, and he takes the first pitch, swings, hits it to left field and deep. Back on the ball is the left fielder. It's off his glove, and he flips over the low fence. The ball is still in play. The second base coach Bauer is now down to third. Here comes no throw to home, and an inside the park homer for Jack Bauer. That low 4-foot fence out in the left field bullpen as Heiberg went to reach up to grab it. Just as the ball hit his glove, he somersaults over the fence, and it goes off his glove, and you see the play, and he flips right over onto his back. The ball stays in play, scores Cosner easily from third base, and Bauer gets an inside the park home run, and Linn-Benton takes a 2-0 lead. That is the same fence that Solberg, I can't remember the kid from LCC made the catch, made it on LCC. Derek Solberg made the catch there about 3 years ago, made a fabulous catch. Here, Heiberg reaches up, hits his glove, he hits the fence. Again, a 4-foot fence, hit him right in the midsection. He flips over the fence there. The center fielder, Coffey, runs over to get the ball. He throws it into third, and it looks like Heiberg is going to remain in the ball game. That low fence there has come into play before, and Heiberg ends up hitting it, cannot hold on to the ball, and an inside the park home run for Bauer, and 2 RBIs on the play, and Linn-Benton has a 2-0 lead. Wow. You don't see that very often. So the low fence there,
baseman,
up
number
ends
25, Damon Peters.
Heiberg in left field, and it allows Bauer to score on the inside the park home run. So Linn-Benton leads by a score to 2-0 as Damon Peters comes to the plate. He takes the first pitch low for ball one. Peters a strikeout victim here in his first at bat back in the first inning. Here's the next pitch from Molna, and that's a fastball, strike one. That's a play that will be shown over and over on YouTube and other devices as well. Here's the next pitch, swing and a line drive, foul down the first base line. And the count at 1-1 strike. Heiberg was so close to making a great over-the-shoulder catch, and then the fence upends him, and it turns out to be an inside-the-park home run. Here's the next pitch, hit off the end of the bat towards the first baseman. Martin's got it, he goes to the bag, and Peters is retired for the third out of the inning. But an inside-the-park home run by Jack Bauer gives Linn-Benton the lead here in the third inning of play. 2 runs on 2 base hits. There were no errors and no runners left on base. After 3 innings of play here at Lower Columbia College, your score Linn-Benton 2 and Walla Walla nothing.
As certified jumpers, divers, and survival experts, Special Forces are dropped behind enemy lines to train foreign fighters, carry out covert missions, or prevent future conflicts. These soldiers live for the challenge, highly trained and highly intelligent. Special Forces soldiers are the best of the best.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Kutzke steps in for Walla Walla as we move to the top of the 4th inning, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. No balls and a strike on Josh Kutzke. Next pitch to him, curveball bounces past the catcher, outside for ball one. 1 ball and a strike on Walla Walla's Kutzke. Kutzke reached base on a walk back in the first inning. That's where he stayed. Here's the next pitch from Sanders. That fastball is high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike on the Walla Walla third baseman. Kutzke, Martin, and DeWitt due up here in the 4th for the Warriors. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. That one is high again for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on Kutzke. 2-0. Linn-Benton on the inside the park home run in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Comes a 3-1 pitch. That fastball is away for ball 4. So Kutzke draws his 2nd walk of the ball game, and Walla Walla has a leadoff runner on. For Sanders,
first baseman,
his 2nd walk of the afternoon, both issued to Kutzke. Now they'll bring to the plate Keelan Martin. Martin 0 for 1 this afternoon. From the stretch, here's a pitch. That fastball is inside. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Keelan Martin. Martin this season, as I look up his average, 348. Again, leading the team in hitting for Walla Walla with a 348 batting average. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Swing and a foul. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike on Keelan Martin. Now, Walla Walla has had some pretty illustrious alumni in its history. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. That ball swung on and fouled away. You may have heard of Ricky Pierce. He played for the Sonics and also with Milwaukee. 6th man in the NBA. Voted twice the sixth man of the NBA, 1987 and 1990. Also on that Sonic team that lost to Charles Barkley's Phoenix Suns team in 7 games in 1993. He played for Walla Walla, and the pitch is inside and hits Martin. Well, Martin takes the hit by pitch to the backside, and he'll move on down to first base, and Walla Walla has runners at first and second and nobody out. So that's the first hit by pitch this afternoon.
The Warriors' second baseman, number 1,
by Sanders.
DeWitt.
And that'll bring to the plate Larry DeWitt. Tying runs down on base for Walla Walla in a 2-0 ball game as Linn-Benton has the lead. DeWitt today is 0 for 1. Popped out to the second baseman. Cowden is only at bat. And he takes the first pitch and it catches the inside corner for strike 1. Again, Ricky Pierce was a Walla Walla Warrior. And he averaged about 14.9 points per game in the NBA. Played 15 years in the National Basketball Association. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and fouled away for strike 1. Walla Walla founded in 1967. And originally it was on a Park Street location, apparently occupied by Walla Walla High School, and then they moved after a couple of years over there. Here's the 0-2 pitch as Sanders takes a look back to second. The pitch, swing, soft line drive in the left center field. That'll fall for a base hit. Rounding third and hitting home is Kutzke as the ball's thrown to third, and the Warriors are on the board. Kutzke scores from second base on the soft line drive by Larry DeWitt into left center field, and he picks up the single and the RBI, and it's now 2-1. Martin moves down to second base on the base hit, and Walla Walla now has the go-ahead run on first base, and now we're going to have a conference out there on the mound.
Now the NWAC would like to thank
as
Linn-Benton
will try and slow the Warriors down here at the moment, as they have gotten 3 consecutive batters on base and now trail by a score of 2-1, but runners at first and second with nobody out, and Colton Pia due up to bat. Again, Walla Walla, as I mentioned, founded in 1967, and one of their famous alumni, Ricky Pierce. Their colors black and gold, and again, you know, they're nicknamed the Warriors. I also have one other alumnus that I think you'll be interested to hear about if you get a chance to talk about him, as Colton Pia steps to the plate.
Number 2, Colton Pia.
Pia with runners at first and second for Walla Walla, and nobody out, and his team trailing by a single digit. He is 1 for 1 today, single to right field. Here's the first pitch, and a curveball. Outside corner, strike 1. The ball's on a strike on Pia. Pia, 261 batting average this year. And he played his high school baseball in Spokane. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another curveball taking all the way, strike 2. Takes a look back to home plate umpire Jim Courtney. I don't know what he was questioning. Or he was just asking the count, but looked like a pretty good pitch to me. So the count on Pia now 0-2. Sanders will work from the stretch as his team has a 1-run lead. Looks back to second. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive into the gap to right field. On comes the right fielder, makes a shoestring catch, throws quickly into short, and the runners quickly retreat to their bases. Nice play by Smith, as it looked like the ball was held up a bit. Smith on the run makes the grab right about his ankles, and he'll quickly get it in, and Pia retired for the first out of the inning. Runners still at first and second for Walla Walla, but there's now 1 out, and bring up to the plate the catcher, Ikuma. 2-1 Linn-Benton here in the top of the 4th inning. Sanders from the stretch. Here is the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. The other alumnus I wanted to talk to you about was Dan Beebe. He ended up being the Big 12 commissioner for a while, but that's not his claim to fame, as Sanders continues to work from the stretch. Runners take their leads. First baseman not holding on. The runner at first, ball popped up, foul territory. Might be a play for the catcher, and it hits the screen. And the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Desbians was right by the netting, and then the ball caught it about halfway up, so it's a foul ball. So the count now no balls and 2 strikes on Ikuma. Beebe used to be the director of enforcement for the NCAA, and back in 1987, he's the one that threw down the gauntlet on SMU, the death penalty, when they were having all that problem down there with their football team. So he administered the first death penalty at the NCAA level. That was against SMU. Shut them down for a couple of years. Took them a long time to recover. Here's the next pitch to Ikuma. Bounces up to the plate for ball 1. Dan Beebe, a former Big 12 commissioner, a Walla Community College graduate, and again, most notable for his decision as a director of enforcement against Southern Methodist University's football team. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Another curveball hit towards the shortstop. Glove there by Meadows. So it's the second for 1. Relay to first, not in time. And safe at first base is Ikuma. DeWitt is retired 6-4 for the second out of the inning. Down to third goes Martin. He is a tying run. And Ikuma is at first base on the fielder's choice. So the tying run in Keelan Martin is at third base now for Walla in this 2-1 ball game for Linn-Benton with the lead. That'll bring to plate Robbie Heiberg. Heiberg, who was momentarily hurt on the effort trying to run down the fly ball that was hit by Jack Bauer. It turned out to be an inside the park home run. After a few moments being attended to out by the medical staff, has stayed in the ball game. Right-handed hitter, he is 0 for 1 here this afternoon. Sanders from the stretch. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. High fastball. Heiberg couldn't catch up with it. So the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Heiberg from Portland, just south of us, 40 miles away. Steps back in. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Another fastball rammed towards the second baseman. Glove there by Cowden. He'll throw the short way to the shortstop, Meadows. And Ikuma is retired for the final out of the inning. But Walla picks up a run here in the 4th inning. 1 run on 1 base hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is now Linn-Benton 2, Walla 1.
There is no obstacle an engineer can't tackle, build around, or blow up. Skilled and versatile, these soldiers pave the way, building fortifications, detecting and destroying mines, or restoring electricity after a natural disaster. Nothing stands in the way of a guard engineer.
Bottom 4th we go, and stepping up to the plate, Caleb Smith, and he takes the first pitch from Molna, or strike 1. No balls and a strike on Smith. Smith, Cowden, and Congdon due up to face Molna here in the bottom of the fourth. And the next pitch, another off-speed pitch, misses down low. Ball one. One ball and a strike on Caleb Smith. Number 4 hitter, 0 for 1 today. Flied out to Pia and is only at bat. Back in the first inning of play. Molna ready. Here's the next pitch. Fastball, swing, foul away. Count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here, thump right in front of us and went off the screen, then landed on the wooden decking right in front of us. And Smith will step back in. 303 batting average on the year. Behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one is off speed, a little bit high. Ikuma thought he could frame it for the home plate umpire, Jim Courtney, and he said, nope, it's a ball. So the count even at 2-2. Molna ready. Here's the wind and the delivery. Check swing, and the ball scoots away from Ikuma, and the count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the winner of this ball game plays tomorrow afternoon at 4:35. Loser plays tomorrow morning at 9:35. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Fastball swinging, rammed up the middle for a base hit. So Smith waiting on that one, just rams it right up the gut. And Linn-Benton has his leadoff batter on here in the bottom half of the fourth inning.
The batter is the
Olympic College is
8.
nationally recognized by the Aspen Institute as a 2015 top 10 community college because our programs help students earn good paying jobs. Get busy learning at olympic.edu. Let it bring to the plate, Tate Cowden. Cowden today, no official at bats, walked in the second. Smith takes his lead at first. Here comes the pitch, shows the bunt, and he pushes it back to the pitcher. Molna looks at second, he'll throw it to first in time, and the sacrifice works. So Cowden, a 1-3 sacrifice, allowing Smith to move down to second base, and Linn-Benton puts a leadoff batter now down at second base, but with 1 out. I'll bring to the plate Joshua Congdon. Congdon today 0 for 1, strikeout victim back in the second inning. Designated hitter here for Linn-Benton. Right-handed hitter, it's a right-handed pitcher, Molna. 2-1 Linn-Benton, bottom of the fourth. Molna now ready, he'll work from the stretch. Peers back to second. Hooks home and comes home with a pitch. In the first pitch, fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls and a strike on Congdon. Linn-Benton ranked number 1 in the RPIs in this tournament. We've now gone to that RPI system for, looks like a lot of things now. High schools are doing it. Community colleges are doing it. And Linn-Benton right now, I guess if you're seeding teams, would be considered number 1 because it's ranked number 1 in the RPIs. Molna looks back to second. Here comes a spin, throws, hits the runner, goes into right field, and now Caleb Smith will move on into third base. The spin and the throw, and it was on a hop. I believe it's going to be an error on the pitcher, and that'll allow Smith to go to third base. So Molna, who has really been trying to pick off runners this whole game, gets burned that time as a pitch got away and hit the runner, and now allows the runner to move to third base. So in a 2-1 ball game with Linn-Benton leading, the infield for Walla Walla is going to play up. Congdon has a count of no balls and a strike with 1 out here in the fourth inning. Molna now step off the rubber, and he'll talk with his catcher, Ikuma. You get on the right page here in a 2-1 ball game, and an insurance run down there for Linn-Benton with 1 out in the fourth inning. Again, Linn-Benton ranked number 1 coming into the tournament, South Division number 1 team, an overall record of 30-11, and a sparkling South Division record of 19-5. Very fine year for the Roadrunners. Molna from the stretch. Here's a pitch, curveball, check swing, and I believe he went, and he did. Home plate umpire points at the batter, And Congdon ruled went too far in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. He explains the third base coach, yep, went too far. And as always, head coach never agrees with the call. So he'll say a couple more words and he'll step back in the batter's box. Ryan Gibson in his 3rd year as head coach for Linn-Benton. Trying to bring home some hardware. Obviously you want the number 1. There comes a pitch, gets off the glove of Ikuma, rolls back to the backstop, and scoring from third base is Caleb Smith. Well, the ball goes off the glove of the catcher, Ikuma, and it's ruled as a wild pitch. And scoring from third base is Caleb Smith. And now Linn-Benton leads by a score of 3-1. So the single, the sacrifice, an error, and a wild pitch, and Linn-Benton plates a run. Here is the pitch, curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Congdon goes down for the 2nd time this afternoon. He has struck out twice. Molna on the afternoon has struck out 4, and 2 of those times he's gotten Congdon. Well, 1 run in, now 2 outs, and they'll bring to the place Cole Carter. Carter today is 0 for 1, grounded into a double play and is only at bat in the 2nd inning. Here's the first pitch to him. Off speed at the belt, strike 1. No balls and a strike on Cole Carter. Linn-Benton now on top by a score of 3-1 over Walla. Here's the next pitch. Fastball, a little bit outside, ball 1. 1 ball and a strike on Carter. Carter trying to get above the Mendoza line as he hits 191 entering the tournament. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Curveball swing and a drive into center field. Moving on back is Coffey. He reaches up, makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Fly ball hit pretty well, but Coffey had it all the way and he reels it on in for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Roadrunners pick up a run here in the 3rd inning or 4th inning of play. A run on 1 base hit. There was 1 error, and there were no runners left on base. After 4 innings of play here at Lower Columbia College in Longview, the score now Linn-Benton 3, Walla 1.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Seattle Pacific University is a premier Christian university where each year 4,000 students catch a vision for making a difference in the world. All across the globe, SPU graduates are making an impact in medicine, technology, athletics, business, education, music, theater, and more. SPU is dedicated to outstanding scholarship and thoughtful faith. It's a powerful combination that brings about change in the lives of graduates and in the people and communities they serve. Seattle Pacific University, engaging the culture, changing the world.
LaFontaine to lead it off for Walla here in the top of the 5th inning, and he takes first pitch for a ball. 3-1 Linn-Benton as we move to the top of the 5th. Travis Sanders on the mound for the Roadrunners. He has given up 1 run on 3 hits, and so far Linn-Benton has collected 3 runs on 4 hits. 2 errors in the ball game, both against Walla. Comes a 2-0 pitch. That fastball is outside for ball 3. And Spencer Desbiens is going to go out and talk to Travis Sanders. We had no scoring for the first 2.5 innings, and Linn-Benton plated 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Walla came back with 1 in the top of the 4th. And Linn-Benton answered with another single run in the bottom of the 4th. Now leads by a score of 3-1. LaFontaine takes the next pitch to the fastball, misses, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Quentin LaFontaine, and Sanders walks his 3rd batter of the ball game. He has struck out 3 and hit 1, but his team leads by a score of 3-1. Back to the top of the order for the Warriors and Brandon Wagstaff. First pitch to him, a fastball, outside corner, strike one. The ball's and a strike on Wagstaff. Wagstaff this afternoon, 1 for 2, popped out to the shortstop, and a double left center field in his last at bat in the third inning. Sanders is ready. Here is the pitch. Curveball swing. Fly ball, shallow right field. Moving on in as Caleb Smith looks up and makes the catch for out number 1. Lazy fly ball to right field, and Wagstaff is retired. And that is the first out of the inning for Walla Walla.
Center fielder,
in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Sean Coffey. Coffey at the moment looking to get a ball in play. He's 0 for 2 this afternoon. A couple of strikeouts. Steps on in as Sanders is ready, and he takes the first pitch. Strike one. No balls and a strike on Sean Coffey. Coffey from Meridian, Idaho. Freshman, left-handed hitter. Ready to go. Here's the pitch. Fastball, cut on and miss. Strike 2. They got 0-3 in the board, so kind of got that messed up at the moment. 1 ball and 1 strike, that's right. 1 ball and 1 strike on Coffey. Coffey is ready again. And here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So it was no balls and 2 strikes. And for the third time this afternoon, Coffey is struck out.
Number 25, Josh Kutski.
And for Sanders, that is his 4th strikeout of the ball game, but 3 of them have come with Coffey. Now we'll get to Kutski. Kutski looking for his first official at bat of the ball game, and he takes the first pitch, pops it up, and it's out of play for strike 1. He walked in the first and walked and scored the lone run for Walla Walla back in the 4th. It was leadoff walk in the 4th inning, and it came around to score. Here's the next pitch. Swing, popped up, count 0 balls and 2 strikes. LaFontaine led off the inning with a walk, but he still stands at first base after a fly out and a strikeout. So Walla Walla trying to pick up another run here and narrow the deficit as it trails by a score of 3-1. Kutski is ready. So is Sanders. Here's the pitch. Curveball. High. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kutski. .314 batting average for Kutski on the year. As Sanders is turning on in, now take a look over at first base. LaFontaine takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Fouled back to the screen. And the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, almost perfect day for baseball here in Longview. Game time temperature was about 66 degrees when it started. The wind blowing out of the north, which is basically from right to left and occasionally shifts from center to home. Here's the next pitch. That fastball is outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike on Kutski. Obviously, they'd love to see a high fly to get out of here and tie the ball game. The Warriors would now throw to first base and back safely again as LaFontaine. But we've had years where we've had this tournament where we sat out 4 or 5 hour rain delays, had days completely washed out. And then we get this weekend, which turned out very nice. Pitch fouled away and the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Really a tradition here in Longview, the Memorial Day weekend in the NWAC Baseball Championships. Again, 13th straight year that Lower Columbia College has hosted this event. And the 8 best teams in the NWAC come on over and play. There's the next pitch. Another fastball misses away. Ball 3, and the count goes full at 3-2 on Kutski. That allows LaFontaine to get a running start as the first baseman Costner is not even going to hold him on. As he tries to sneak in. Now he does. There goes the runner. Pitch gets away from the catcher and down to second base goes LaFontaine. So Kutzke walks. That's the second walk of the inning. And down to second base goes LaFontaine. And for Sanders, he has now walked 4 and hit a batter. Oh, a base hit here. Should be able to pick up LaFontaine from second base. 3-1, Linn-Benton still leading Walla Walla here in the 5th inning. That'll bring to the plate Keelan Martin. Martin today 0 for 1. Steps in. First pitch to him. Swing and a bouncing ball. Hit the first baseman. Goes down on one knee. Coster does. Goes to the bag. Retires Martin. And retires Walla Walla here in the 5th inning of play. For the Warriors, no runs on no hits. There are no errors. 2 runners left on base. After 4.5 innings of play here at Lower Columbia College, your score is Linn-Benton 3, Walla Walla 1.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
Hello, welcome to How to PSU. In today's quick session, we're going to answer some common questions about transferring to PSU. The key things to remember are: apply early, use our online resources, and advisors are your friend.
Eight, 9, and 1 hitters for Linn-Benton as we start the bottom of the 5th inning. Logan Meadows behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Meadows, Desbians, and Cosner due up for Linn-Benton, leading by a score of 3-1 over Walla Walla. Molna on the hill. Get a look at him there. Here's the wind and the delivery. And that pitch is high. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Meadows. Meadows 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the 3rd inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Curveball, and that is a little bit high. Kuma held the ball there for a moment, but didn't get the call from home plate umpire Jim Courtney, and the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Molna now steps off the rubber as Meadows, all the way from Florida, Niceville, Florida, a sophomore. He's a long ways away from home. Here's the next pitch. Swing, soft fly ball into left field. That'll fall for a base hit. Heiberg was climbing on in, but he had to play it on a hop as it just parachuted between LaFontaine and Heiberg, and Meadows has his first hit of the ball game. A leadoff single for Linn-Benton's Meadows. That'll bring to the plate Spencer Desbians. Desbians is 0 for 1 today. He flied out to Heiberg in his only at bat back in the 3rd. 3-1, Linn-Benton on top. Molna work from the stretch. Runner held on by Martin at first base. Here's the pitch, shows the bunt, and the pitch is a called strike. No balls and a strike on Desbians. Linn-Benton from Albany, Oregon. Established back in 1966. They've got campuses in Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. As the Warriors pitcher Molna works from the stretch, throws to first, and just back safe is Meadows. Looked like Meadows was leaning the wrong way for just a moment, but he got back. We'll take a look here on the monitor. And he was leaning the other way and just got back. Doesn't take a very big lead. So he'll get off again. Now a pitch out. And Ikuma with a nice job of keeping the ball in play. That nearly got away from him. Well, the count 1 ball and 1 strike down, Desbians. Pace of the game has slowed down a bit right now as we're in the bottom of the 5th. And again, Desbian shows the bunt, and he gets it down to the pitcher. He underhands it, and it's bobbled at first base and safe there. Molna underhanded it to the first baseman, Martin. It didn't get there, got there in a hop, and Martin unable to corral the baseball. And safe at first base is Desbians. So it'll be a sacrifice and an error on the throw. Okay, an error on the pitcher. And down to second base goes Meadows. Well, now Linn-Benton has a couple of runners on base here after the error. An E1 on the low throw on the sacrifice bunt. Now runners at first and second and nobody out. For Walla, it's third error of the ball game. That'll bring to the plate top of the order in Cosner. Molna from the stretch. Here's the pitch. He shows the bunt and takes it for a strike. No balls and a strike on Cosner. Cosner, his last at bat, reached base on the triple to right center field, and then the home run, the inside the park home run by Bauer followed. And that got those 2 of the first 3 runs for the Roadrunners. Now trying to tack on some more. Molna from the stretch. Looks back to second. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Low. Ball 1. 1 ball and a strike. On the leadoff hitter for the Roadrunners, Cosner. Cosner from West Linn, Oregon. Sophomore. We see a lot of West Linn baseball players up here in the Longview-Kelso area in Cal Ripken. They play a lot of tournaments up here. They're usually pretty good teams. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Molna, a good off-speed pitch. And Cosner went fishing, came up empty. So now the count goes in the favor of the pitcher as it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, runners at first and second and nobody out for Linn-Benton here in the bottom of the 5th in a 3-1 ball game. Molna from the stretch. Here comes the pitch. Curveball swing, popped up, and it is in foul territory, and the first baseman makes the catch for the first out. Ball drifted into foul territory, so no infield fly rule, and Cosner's retired for the first out of the inning. So 1 out, and that'll bring up to play Jack Bauer. Bauer with the 2 for 2 days so far, including the inside the park home run on the excellent effort by Heiberg, but he couldn't come up with it, and he somersaulted over the left field bullpen, and the ball remained in play, and Bauer able to leg out an inside the park 2-run home run. Right now, that's the difference in the ball game. 3-1 Linn-Benton. Here's the pitch. Hard line drive, caught it, first base. Diving back onto the base is Martin, and he makes the unassisted double play, and Linn-Benton is retired here in the 5th inning of play. A hard line drive. Martin goes down, makes the catch right above the ground, and he's able to dive to first base, and he retires the runner, Desbians, for the out, and that retires Linn-Benton here in the 5th inning of play. For the Roadrunners here in the 5th, no runs on 1 base hit. There was 1 error, 1 runner left on base. After 5 innings of play, Linn-Benton 3, Walla nothing.
Nestled within tall trees and beautiful buildings, Pierce College has established itself as a national leader in improving student success. With 2 main campuses in Puyallup and Fort Steilacoom, and satellite campuses on Joint Base Lewis McChord, Pierce College strives to create quality educational opportunities to help students realize their possibilities. As we celebrate 50 years in the community, Pierce College is proud to offer more than 60 programs of study with a fit for you, your life, your schedule, and your dream. Find your path, start at Pierce College today, and realize your possibilities. Visit pierce.ctc.edu.
To lead it off for Walla Walla, second baseman number 1, Larry DeWitt.
All right, we go to the top of the 6th inning. DeWitt, Pia, and Akuma due up to face Travis Sanders as Walla Walla trailing Linn-Benton 3-1. And the first pitch over his head and hits the bat. DeWitt ducked, but the bat was up, struck the bat, foul ball. You see that a lot, like I said, in Cal Ripken in high school, but you don't see it very often at the junior college level. So DeWitt behind in the count, no balls and a strike. Here's the next pitch. Swing, popped up, foul territory, first base side. Is there room? And no, it was out of play. Cosner went right to the screen, but it was on the right side of the screen, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes on DeWitt. DeWitt, Pia, and Akuma due up for Walla Walla here in the 6th inning. DeWitt today is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Flied out to the second baseman in the 2nd, and a single and the RBI, as I mentioned, back in the 4th. And here's the next pitch. Swinging a line drive to left field. Moving on over is the left fielder. It's over his head and bounces into the bullpen for a double. Looked like Bauer had a read on the ball. He reached up. It went over his head, then bounced over that short fence into left field and into the bullpen. And just like that, DeWitt has a leadoff double for Walla Walla. I thought, again, Bauer had a good read on him, but again, perhaps the wind had something to do with it. And DeWitt is down at second base. Yeah, you see the replay. It just went over his head. And the shortstop, a little frustrated, Meadows, thought it should have been caught. It wasn't. So DeWitt at second base and bring Pihau up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 today. And he takes the first pitch, and it misses, ball 1. Right fielder had a single in the 2nd and flied out in the 4th. So he's 1 for 2 this afternoon. Linn-Benton leading by a score of 3-1, but Walla Walla has the tying run at the plate. Sanders is ready. Here's a pitch. Swing and a foul. And the count now no balls and 2 strikes on Pia. The infield shading him a bit towards the right, and the outfield playing him straight away. Not a shift, but the shortstop Meadows has moved a little bit closer to the bag, probably over 3 steps for the left-handed hitter, Pia. Conference is over between pitcher and catcher, and now Sanders is ready. Comes the 0-1 pitch. And that misses low, ball 1. 1 ball and a strike on Pihau. Oh, it's 2-1, okay. 2 balls and 1 strike according to home plate umpire Jim Courtney. So it's 2 balls and a strike on Pihau. Here comes the pitch. Swing, tap foul, back to the screen, and the count is even at 2-2. Lead off batter for Walla Walla, DeWitt, stands at second base with nobody out. And Pihau, at the worst, wants to get the ball to either first or second base and allow the runner to move to third and be able to score him on an out. Here comes the pitch. And it's outside for ball 2. Catcher set up outside, Desvians, and the pitch just missed outside. Count full at 3-2. I think I said 2-2. Count 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Piha. Sanders from the stretch. Looks back at second. Here comes the pitch, and that misses outside, ball 4. Piha trots on down to second base with the walk. And for Sanders, that is his 5th walk of the afternoon. He has struck out 4, hit 1, and he leads by a score of 3-1 as he's given up just 4 hits on the ball game. But now getting himself in some hot water as Walla has a tying run on the bases, second and first, and now Ikuma up to the plate. First and second with nobody out, and now we're going to get a visit, and we'll see if we got a new pitcher coming on in. We are going to have a conference, and it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher to face Ikuma. So, yep, that's going to be it for Travis Sanders, as Sanders pitches 5+ innings here this afternoon. Right now, he has given up 4 hits, which is all he will give up. Walked 5, struck out 4, hit a batter. So far, given up 3 runs. And he's responsible, or he's given up 1 run, I mean. Just given up 1 run. He's responsible for the 2 runners on base. So he can't lose the game, but he could end up with a no decision as his team leads by a score of 3-1. Coming on in for Linn-Benton is number 22, Brennan Laufenberger. Laufenberger, a freshman from Grants Pass, and he'll replace Sanders here. We'll put that down in the score sheet. One thing, everybody in baseball uses pencils. Well, as you get through the ball game, your pencils start to really get worn down, and so it's hard to read some of your writing. As into the game comes Laufenberger, and I'm trying to get his name written where I can read it. Get a look there at him, the right-handed hitter. Brennan Laufenberger, a freshman from Grants Pass, Oregon. We'll look up his stats real fast if we can find him. Laufenberger, 2-0 record on the year. He's appeared in 9 games, pitched 30 innings, given up 15 hits, 4 runs, struck out 4, or walked 6 rather, and struck out 19. He has an ERA of 0.00. So the 4 runs that he has given up this year have been unearned. So he is definitely a guy that they want in here. So again, Sanders will leave after 5+ innings. He gives up 4 hits, 1 run, walks 5, strikes out 4, and Laufenberger to come in now for Linn-Benton to try and get out of the jam. And the first pitch he throws to Futa Ikuma is called strike 1. Ikuma 0 for 2 today, grounded into a double play in the second, and reach base on a fielder's choice back in the 4th. Runners first and second for Walla. He shows the bunt, pushes it down the third baseline. That's foul. Count now, no balls and 2 strikes on Ikuma. Again, the winner of this ball game plays tomorrow at 4:35 against Columbia Basin. The loser plays Tacoma at 9:35 in the loser's out contest. And again, Linn-Benton, the number 1 seed here at the NWAC tournament, number 1 RPI, right now leading 3-1. Laufenberger from the stretch. Here's the pitch, and sends a fastball high, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the hitter Ikuma. DeWitt takes his lead at second. Not a very large lead. Pia takes his lead at first, not being held on by Cosner. So an extra base hit might get him in. Pia ready. Here comes a pitch. Swing, line drive down the right field line, foul. Over the netting and into the play area, and the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ikuma. Ikuma, a .308 batting average this year. He has 14 RBIs and 1 home run. But again, home run totals at this level, not very inflated because, again, you're playing in the Northwest, you're playing with wood bats, so cold weather, heavy air, you're not going to get a lot of home runs. Kuma steps back in. Here's the pitch. Swing, fly ball, right field line, twisting away from the right fielder, and it stays foul. And the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Long run for Smith, but the ball was in the warning track area, and no chance for him to run it down, and the count stays at 3-2. Obviously, Laufenberger would like a ground ball double play. And here's the pitch. And that fastball is outside. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ikuma. Ground ball double play here would make things a lot easier for Linn-Benton. Laufenberger from the stretch again. Here's the pitch, and that fastball again is high and outside for ball 3. Well, the count runs full now on Ikuma at 3-2. DeWitt at second, Pia at first. We'll see if Dave Malia puts him in motion. Laufenberger from the stretch rather, and now he'll step off the rubber. Ready to go once again. Big pitch here. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and it is down low, ball 4. Well, the bases are full now as back-to-back walks, as Laufenberger walks Ikuma, and that'll move DeWitt down to third, Pia down to second, and the go-ahead run Ikuma at first base. For Laufenberger, his first walk of the ball game. As a staff, that's now the 6th walk of the afternoon by Linn-Benton. That'll bring to plate Heiberg. Heiberg 0 for 2. He takes the first pitch, and it's upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Heiberg. Strikeout in the second, and fielder's choice at the end of the 4th. Bases full of Walla Walla Warriors, down by a score of 3-1. Here's the pitch, and that one misses again, ball 2. A little bit of grumbling in the background here by Linn-Benton fans. And the shortstop, Logan Meadows, throws his arms up as well, going, what's going on here? Well, the count 2-0 on Heiberg. Laufenberger from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That one's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike on Heiberg. Heiberg involved in the biggest play of the game when he could not run down a fly ball in left field. Turned out to be inside the park home run for Linn-Benton, and they're up by 2 right now. Heiberg ready, so's Laufenberg. Here's the pitch, misses outside again, and it's 3-1. Laufenberger having problems finding the plate as he walked his first batter, Ikuma, to load the bases. Now he's 1 pitch away from forcing in a run. Heiberg ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. Here is the pitch, and the fastball inside corner, strike 2. Heiberg thought it was inside. He had taken a step towards first base, and Jim Courtney, the home plate umpire, brings him back. So Laufenberger's gone as far as he can with Heiberger, as the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. From the stretch, here's the pitch, swing and a foul. And the count stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Heiberg unable to catch up with the fastball. They got enough of it to stay alive, and we'll do it all over. DeWitt at third, Pea at second, Ikuma at first. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball is high, ball 4. And 3 consecutive walks forces in a run. DeWitt scores from third to make the score 3-2 Linn-Benton. Pia goes down to third, Ikuma down to second, and Heiberg at first with the RBI walk. So 3 walks here in the inning, 3 consecutive walks. And that's the 7th walk of the afternoon by Linn-Benton pitching. And the bases remain loaded with nobody out. 3-2 now, Linn-Benton on top. Here's the first pitch to LaFontaine. It's a high fastball, strike 1. And he said something to Courtney. Said he thought that was high. He said no. Well, the count, no balls and a strike on LaFontaine. He's 0 for 1 today with a walk. Bases full. And Laufenberger steps off the pitching plate once again. 3-2, Linn-Benton on top with nobody out, top of the 6th inning. Laufenberger in relief of Sanders, trying to keep his team on top. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball hit to the second baseman. Fumbled, and that'll score 1 run. Cowden was on the ball. He went to grab it, and it looked like when he reached down to pick it up, it just went off his glove. He's right there, and it went off the heel of his glove, and he has to chase it down, and the ball game is tied. Pia scores from third to tie the ball game. Ikuma goes to third. Heiberg to second, and LaFontaine now at first on the air on the second baseman. So Walla has tied the ball game. The bases remain loaded on the first air of the ball game by Linn-Benton. 3-3, bases still loaded, nobody out. Top of the order. Now to bring to the plate Wagstaff, and he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Wagstaff is 1 for 3 today, a double and 2 flyouts, 1 in the infield, 1 to the right fielder. The Walla has tied the ball game here in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. That fastball downstairs, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The corner infielder is playing up, and the middle infielder is playing back for the double play, so they'll give up the go-ahead run on a hard hit ground ball to short or second. Now Wagstaff calls timeout. 1 ball and 1 strike. The error by Cowden has allowed the ball game to be tied, and the bases are still full. Here's the pitch. Swing, fouled away, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Laufenberger would love to get a strikeout here. Then the ground ball double play, and you're out of the inning. 1-2 now on Wagstaff. 6th batter to the plate this inning. 2 runs in, nobody out. Wagstaff steps out again. Wagstaff, a .310 hitter. Base knock here, scores 2. Here's the pitch, and it's outside and low, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Wagstaff. Again, it's been lack of control by Linn-Benton that's kept Walla in the ball game. 7 walks and a hit batter, and we're tied at 3. And we're still in the 6th inning. Laufenberger steps off the rubber once again. Brilliant blue sky on day 1 of the 2017 NWAC Baseball Championships. First game was tight. This one was tight. Here's the pitch. Curveball swing. Fly ball. Right field. Caleb Smith's got a beat on it. The runner at third tags. Catch is made. Here comes the throw up the line. Gets past the catcher, and Smith touches home, and Walla takes the lead. The ball was up the third base line. There was contact between the catcher and the runner at third. They will appeal third as you see Smith make the catch. It was up the third base line. Again, there was contact. You won't see it apparently here on the play, but scoring for third base is Ikuma, and the RBI sacrifice fly, and Walla now has the lead. And so Coffey is going to come out of the ball game as we have 1 out here in the 6th inning. Down to third goes Heiberg, and at second is LaFontaine, and we've got a new batter for Walla. Austin Morphin will bat for Coffey. First pitch to him is down low, ball one. Morphin, the pinch hitter for Coffee. With one out here in the 6th inning of play. Infield now plays in as Walla has scored 3 to take the lead, 4-3. Here's a pitch, a curveball, and it's called strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike on Morphin. Morphin on the year, a .250 hitter with 1 home run and 7 RBIs. Right-handed hitter. Offenberger continues to work from the stretch. Now Morphin calls timeout. 3 walks, an error, and a sacrifice fly along with a double has allowed Walla to score 3 runs here in the inning to take the 4-3 lead. Offenberger from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fastball swinging a line drive, and that's slicing foul and out of play. Well, the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Morphin. Again, we've had tight games. First one was a 2-1 contest, one on the bottom of the 9th. This one, now 4-3, Walla, top of the 6th. Offenberger just struggling on the mound to get comfortable. He stepped off numerous times. Now he's ready. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Fastball fouled back to the screen. And the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fun time of the year. High quality baseball. We've got 2 more games after this, including the host team, LCC, at 7:30 tonight against Mount Hood. This one a long ways to go, though, as we're in the top of the 6th inning. Here comes a pitch. Swing, bounce, and knocked down at third base. Here comes the throw home. Goes off the catcher's glove, and safe at home is Heiberg. A diving stop by Peters at third base. He throws home. Desbians cannot hold on to the ball, and we'll see how that's ruled. It might be an error on the throw. We'll wait, and that's what we've got, an error on the throw, allowing Heiberg to score. And that'll put runners at 2nd and 3rd. It'll be a fielder's choice for Morphin. Down to 3rd goes LaFontaine. At 2nd base is Morphin, but now he'll be replaced by a pinch runner. And we've got 4 runs in now for Walla here in the 6th. Now lead by a score of 5-3. So the new runner for Walla is Reed Minyagi at 2nd base after the fielder's choice by Morphin. And now it looks like we're going to have an intentional walk as to the plate comes Kutzke. Probably not a bad idea. Kutzke, a .314 hitter, and this will be his 4th walk of the afternoon. It's an intentional base on balls. We'll reload the bases. But for the 4th time this afternoon, Josh Kutzke has walked. He scored 1 run, and the other 2 times they were regular walks, but this time they're saying, nope, we're not dealing with him. And we'll bring to the plate Keelan Martin. He'll be the 9th batter of the inning, as now there's ball 4. And down to first base goes Martin. 4th walk of the inning by Linn-Benton, and now 8 on the ball game. That'll bring the plate Keelan Martin. Martin today is 0 for 2. His team leads now by a score of 5-3. And the first pitch to him, swing and a miss, strike 1. Martin hit by a pitch in the 4th inning, then grounded out in his last at bat to the first baseman Cosner. Middle infield playing back, corner infielders playing up. 5-3, Walla. Here's a pitch, fastball away, ball 1. 1 ball and a strike on Keelan Martin. Martin, 348, again their leading hitter for the Warriors. Runners take their leads. As Walla Walla looking to pad its lead. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Strike two. Oh, foul tip. Check that, foul tip into the glove of the catcher. Looked like that Laufenberger took a little bit off of that pitch, and Martin now down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Worst he'd like to do is probably get a fly ball, hope for a tag. Laufenberger again steps off the rubber, and he'll step back on in again. Laufenberger's retired just 1 hitter so far in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batters. Here's a pitch, line drive, slicing foul, and into the stands once again. Well, Laufenberger's not had an effective outing here for Linn-Benton, as again, he's retired just 1 batter in the 6 that he has faced. And he has walked 1, 2, 3. Trying to get out of the inning here with a ground ball double play. He'll step off the rubber once again. Laufenberger again a freshman, so imagine his nerves are on high alert at the moment. And never fails. Here comes the pitch, ground ball hit to the second base, and this time gloved by Cowden. Throw to second for 1, really on to first in time for the double play. But Walla Walla picks up 4 runs in the inning on just, looks like 1 base hit, I believe. Yep, 1 base hit. And there were 2 errors and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Your score is now Walla Walla 5, Linn-Benton 3.
Ready for a new adventure? Study at Douglas College in Vancouver, Canada. Take a post-degree program and launch your career, or prepare to study at top Canadian universities. Become eligible for a 3-year work visa with a 2-year program. Choose success. Choose Douglas College.
Look, baseball's a numbers game. A 570-foot home run at age 15, 31 homers in 66 games, first front cover at 16, #1 overall draft pick, majors at 19. Over 100 home runs is 34. On-base percentage of 340, then 368, then 460. 4-time All-Star, beating 9.2 million ballots, 30 out of 30 MVP votes, chasing 762, 4256, 2297, 3562. You're 220 at age 23. But kid, just remember, no number sounds as good as this.
Here we go as we start the bottom of the 6th inning, and first pitch, Damon Peters swings and rifles it into left field for a base hit, and we're underway here in the 6th inning of play. Peters leads off with a solid base hit for Linn-Benton, now trailing by a score of 5-3. That'll bring up Caleb Smith. Smith today is 1 for 2, flied out in the first, and single and scored a run in the 4th inning. Walla Walla with a 4 spot in the top of the 6th inning now leads by a score of 5-3. Molna from the stretch, he'll throw to first, and back is Peters. Get a look there at Smith. Again, the winner will play tomorrow at 4:35. Linn-Benton, #1 team, RPI-wise, now trailing. Here's the off-speed pitch, and that misses inside for ball 1. 1 ball and a strike on Caleb Smith. A little bit of grousing from the people here in the stands, but that's expected in baseball. They don't do it in basketball and football because they'll throw them out of here. Molnar ready from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing, popped up. Shallow right field. Moving on in is Piha. Looks up, makes the catch for out #1. So Smith skies to the right fielder for the first out of the inning. Again, tough sun on the right side of the field right now. As you're looking almost directly into it, it'll be moving towards left field and behind the trees behind left field later in the day. But right now, the right side of the field has to deal with it. I'll bring up plate Tate Cowden. Cowden today is not been credited with an official at bat, walk, as a sacrifice bunt. Peters takes his lead at first. Molnar ready. Here's the pitch. Fastball, outside corner, strike one. No balls and a strike on Cowden. Cowden, the second baseman this afternoon for Linn-Benton from Eagle Point, Oregon. There's a quick throw over to first base. Scampering back once again is Peters. Roadrunners trailing the Warriors 5-3. You gotta love that name though, nickname Roadrunners. Well, how many schools have it, but I can't believe there's too many. Another throw and gets past the first baseman. Martin's gonna chase it down the right field line. Hitting to second is Peters. He touches second, he's heading for third. Here comes the throw, he slides and he is safe at third base. So Peters moves to third on the air. And we're getting discussions to see who it's on. I see that it goes right off the glove of Martin as I see the replay, so I'm going to give it an error on the first baseman because it went right off his glove. You get a good look, and so there'll be an error on Martin, a two-base error, and that'll bring Peters over to third, and now Cowden has a count of no balls and a strike. Well, Molnar will continue to work from the stretch. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That curveball is high, ball one ball in the strike. Had a good look on our monitor here, and Martin should have made that catch because it went right off his webbing, and that's a two-base error, and that puts Peters at third. Fourth error of the ball game for Walla Walla. Here's the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike two. No balls and two strikes on Cowden. Cowden, 267 batting average. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes, rather. As again, Jim Courtney helps us out. And Molnar again will continue to work from the stretch. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike three. And Cowden goes down for the second out of the inning. A huge strikeout there by Molnar. His fifth of the ball game. Now the Roadrunners will need a base hit to score the run. Obviously they would like to have gotten the run in on the out, but the strikeout by Cowden will not allow it, and now it'll be up to Congdon to come up with a 2-out base hit. And he has struggled against Molnar here this afternoon. He's 0 for 2. Molnar ready. Here's the pitch. First pitch swung on and missed. Got away from the catcher, but not far enough for Peters to advance from third. The count's 0 balls and a strike. Congdon today is 0 for 2. Struck out in the second, struck out in the fourth. Molnar on the afternoon has struck out 5, and he's rung up Congdon twice. Runner at third, 2 outs now for Linn-Benton, trailing by a score of 5-3. Walla Walla on top. Molnar looks to third. Here's the pitch. Curveball swing, fouled off the top of the screen. And the count's now 0 balls and 2 strikes on Congdon. Pretty nice sized crowd here this afternoon on a pleasant afternoon. In the next couple days will be a bit warmer, so if you like sunshine and baseball, we've got a place for you. Trust me, we do. Count 0-2 as Congdon steps back in. Molnar from the stretch. Checks third. Here comes the pitch. Fastball way outside. Ball one. Looked like just a waste pitch, hoping to get Congdon to swing. He elected not to offer, and the count goes to 1-2. Molnar so far has gone 5 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, and is on top by 2 runs. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Fastball cut on and missed, strike 3. And Congdon fans for the third time this afternoon. Linn-Benton gets a leadoff runner on a single, gets a third on a 2-base error, but it's unable to score him here in the 6th inning. For the Roadrunners in the 6th, no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error, 1 runner left on base. After 6 innings of play, your score, Walla Walla 5, Linn-Benton 3.
Ready for a new adventure? Study at Douglas College in Vancouver, Canada. Take a post-degree program and launch your career, or prepare to study at top Canadian universities. Become eligible for a 3-year work visa with a 2-year program. Choose success. Choose Douglas College.
Look, baseball's a numbers game. A 570-foot home run at age 15, 31 homers in 66 games, first front cover at 16, #1 overall draft pick, majors at 19. Over 100 home runs is 34. On-base percentage of 340, then 368, then 460. 4-time All-Star, beating 9.2 million ballots, 30 out of 30 MVP votes, chasing 762, 4256, 2297, 3562. You're 220 at age 23. 597, But kid, just remember, no number sounds as good as this.
All right, we are back here as we go to the top of the 7th inning. And up for the Walla Walla Warriors will be Larry DeWitt. DeWitt started the 6th inning with a double and scored a run when Walla Walla picked up 4 in that inning and now has a 5-3 lead. Here comes the next pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle into center field for a base hit. Oh, DeWitt, solid single up the middle, picks up his 3rd hit of the ball game. And Walla Walla has a leadoff runner here in the 7th inning. Walla Walla with 5 hits this afternoon. DeWitt has 3 of them. A double and a couple of singles along with an RBI. That'll bring to the plate Piha. He is 1 for 2 this afternoon. Single, walked, scored a run. Takes the first pitch from Laufenberger. I mean, why did it become Bumgardner? I'm thinking of the Giants apparently. Misses outside, ball 1. Laufenberger in relief of Travis Sanders. Right now Laufenberger is the man on the hook. Here comes the pitch. Fastball in the dirt, knocked down nicely by Desbians. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Walla Walla in that 6th inning with 4 runs on just 1 hit. What helped them out was 3 base on balls and a couple of errors. It's not been a very clean played game. Here's a throw to first base as Walla Walla has committed 4 errors and Linn-Benton 2. Well, it's not been the most sparkling effort defensively for either team. We've had a lot of walks as well. 2-0 is the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball, outside corner, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. Linn-Benton has walked 8 batters so far this afternoon. Mullen has only walked 1. That came back in the 1st. So he's settled down since the 1st inning. Now his team's on top by a score of 5-3. Here's the next pitch. Fastball cut on, foul back to the screen. The count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ikuma on deck for Walla Walla. And the Warriors, the East Division #3 team, leading the South #1. Again, the RPI rankings, Linn-Benton #1. Here's a 2-2 pitch, that fastball inside. Pia turns away from it, and the count goes full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Where's the #2 in that black shirt, gold numeral? Steps back in again. There goes the runner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive, foul down the right field line. And the count remained full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. DeWitt going with the pitch. Piha hit it hard, but it was foul from the get-go. And then the count remained at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Laufenberger will work from the stretch again. Here comes the pitch. Here goes the runner swinging another line drive foul. This time goes in the play area. The count stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And I imagine when the Black Bears start playing, about 10 days, there'll be some changes at some of the field. I'm sure the play area will have some more stuff there. We'll see what other changes will be made when they get here. Here comes the 3-2 pitch again, and the pitch misses high, ball 4. Opiha draws another walk, his second of the ball game, as DeWitt will move down to second base. And Walla Walla, just like it did in the 6th inning, has the first 2 batters on base here in the 7th. And for Laufenberger, his 4th walk of the ball game. That's 9 so far for Walla Walla, and that might be it for Laufenberger. Now we've got a change coming from the left field bullpen, so Laufenberger is going to leave as he just goes 1+ innings here. And in the contest, he has given up, let's see how many runs. 1, 2, 3 runs he allowed, all earned. And he is now gave up, how many? I don't think he gave up a lot of hits. He only gave up just 1 hit. He gave up the 1 hit. He didn't give up a lot of hits, but he walked 4 and he struck out none. And so now Walla Walla is going, or Walla Walla, Linn-Benton is going to have to go with its 3rd pitcher of the ball game. And stepping on up will be Jordan McDaniel. He'll be the 3rd pitcher this afternoon for Walla Walla. McDaniel's going to come in here in the 7th inning with runners at 1st and 2nd and nobody out, and his team trailing by a score of 5-3. McDaniel, a freshman from Estacada, on the year has a record of 1-0. He's appeared in 11 games, has not started any. He has given up 21 hits in 20 2/3 innings, has an ERA of 4.36. He has walked 4 and struck out 16, so he's got a great strikeout to walk ratio, 16-4, so 4-1 in the strike ratio, and that'll bring up Ikuma. So Jordan McDaniel, the 3rd pitcher of the ball game for Linn-Benton, and he will face Futa Ikuma. Runners at 1st and 2nd, 3rd base and 1st base cheating up on the grass, and the first pitch from the side armor McDaniel is inside, ball 1. So McDaniel, the 3rd pitcher of the ball game for Linn-Benton, as Ikuma steps on in. Ikuma is 0 for 2 today. Comes the next pitch. And again, the sidearm fastball misses inside, ball 2. Ikuma, a walk and scored a run in the 6th inning. Ahead in the count now, 2-0. McDaniel from the stretch. Here comes the pitch. Swing and one hopper back to the first base and looks to third. Now throws to second, and it'll be out at second base. Piha out at second base as a ball cover, or second base covered by the shortstop. So Piha out 1-6 for the first out. Down to third goes DeWitt, and Ikuma at first on the fielder's choice. It looked like McDaniel could have had a play at third. He looked there for a moment, then changed his mind. You don't see pitchers very often throwing to third, but that case, I think he had a possibility to really get DeWitt at third. That'll bring to the plate Heiberg. Heiberg today is 0 for 2. Runners out the corner, and the ball hits Heiberg, going to go down to first base. Heiberg hit by the pitch as the side armor plunks him, and he goes down to first base. That loads the bases now, as that's the second hit batter today for Linn-Benton. Now 9 walks and 2 hit batters, and the base is full for LaFontaine. 5-3 Walla Walla, top of the 7th inning. 4 runs in the 6th. Now they're threatening to add on here over Linn-Benton. LaFontaine is 0 for 2 today. First pitch to him, and that sinker is down low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on LaFontaine. He's been on base twice though, walked in the 5th and reached base on an error in the 6th. McDaniel will work from the stretch. Looks, here's the pitch. And that fastball at the knees, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on LaFontaine. 300 average on the year for Quinton. Base hit here will score at least 1, maybe more. Here's the pitch. That one is down low once again. 2 balls and 1 strike on LaFontaine. Linn-Benton pitchers just having all sorts of trouble getting the ball over the plate. We'll see what happens here on the 2-1 pitch. Here it is, and that fastball outside corner. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. McDaniel, again, delivered on the mound. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And that one, I think it hit him. It did, on the elbow. LaFontaine hit by a pitch out of force in a run. As from third comes DeWitt to give Walla Walla the 6-3 lead. Down to third goes Akuma. Second is Heiberg, and out first is LaFontaine. Second hit batter by McDaniel in the ball game, and still just 1 out and the bases loaded, and back to top of the order, and Wagstaff. And Wagstaff takes the first pitch low, ball 1. Wagstaff today is 1 for 3. The sacrifice fly and an RBI as well. 1-0 the count on Wagstaff. Here's the next pitch. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. 1 ball and the strike. Already 6th batter up to the plate for Walla Walla in this inning. Last inning they sent 9 when they scored 4. Got 1 in so far. Linn-Benton struggling to put the ball over the plate. Here's the next pitch. Bouncing ball hit towards second. An attempted tag at second. A spin. Throw it to first. Not in time. That'll score a run. Cowden is credited with the tag on the runner going to second base, LaFontaine, so he's out for the 2nd out of the inning. The 4U, you can see it clearly made the tag, does a 360, throws, and save a first base is Wagstaff. So he'll pick up the RBI, his 2nd of the afternoon, and scoring from third base is Ikuma, and 2 runs are in now for Walla Walla here in the 7th inning, and stretches its lead to 7-3. Walla Walla send the batter to the plate, and up to the dish for Walla Walla is Minyagi. He came in as a pinch runner for Morphin, and now he's up to bat for the first time tonight. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive towards second base, and it's caught there by Cowden, and that retires Minyagi for the 3rd out of the inning. But Walla Walla adds a couple more runs here in the 7th inning as the Warriors pick up 2 runs here in the inning on just 1 base hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. After 6.5 innings of play here at Story Field in Longview, the score is now Walla Walla 7, Linn-Benton 3.
People often ask, what is it you do? I'm an Idaho Army National Guard soldier. But then again, it's not that simple. You see, I'm more than a weekend warrior. It's a continuous effort every day. Yeah, there's extremely long hours, but it's worth it. I love my job. It's like anything else. My profession is whatever I want to make of it. I get to do the incredible things most people dream of. The men and women I serve with are dedicated to being a premier force. It's amazing when you see my entire unit work together. When push comes to shove and we receive that order, we put steel on target. I'm always ready to be called upon to serve our nation. But in the meantime, I train.
Reset!
I serve and protect my neighbors while defending their right to freedom. I'm an Idaho community asset that stands among our citizens. The boundaries I once thought I had are continuously tested and broadened. So there you have it. People will not always know who I am or what I do. But that's alright, because I do.
We are back here now, and already there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning for Linn-Benton as Cole Carter struck out, and now Logan Meadows is bounced out for the 2nd out of the inning as he bounces out to the shortstop LaFontaine, and quickly 2 up and 2 down for Linn-Benton here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 7-3 Walla Walla as Spencer Desbians steps in. Desbian is 0 for 1 here this afternoon. Here's the first pitch to him, and that fastball is outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Walla Walla with 4 runs in the 6th, 2 in the 7th to erase a 3-1 deficit. Was down 2-0 after 3. Cut the lead to 2-1 after 3.5. Here's the next pitch, and it's called strike 2 or strike 1. No, 1-1. Yeah, 1-1. Then went ahead 3-1 after 4, and then Walla Walla put up 4 in the 6th and 2 more in the 7th. Now leads 7-3. Here's the next pitch. Bouncing ball foul up the first base line. Desbian's behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the winner of this ball game plays CBC Columbia Basin at 4:35 tomorrow. The loser goes in the loser bracket at 9:35 tomorrow morning against Tacoma. So Desbian's back at the plate as Molness had a pretty good outing here today. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And he strikes out 2 of the 3 batters here in the 7th inning. And Linn-Benton is retired here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1-2-3 inning for the Roadrunners after 7. It's Walla Walla 7, Linn-Benton 3.
The Guard has over 50,000 wheeled vehicles in action. The vast fleet of Humvees, troop transports, and fuel tank trucks are always moving soldiers, gear, and equipment around the world, or delivering aid to civilians during domestic emergencies. Transport operators are essential in getting the Guard to where it needs to be.
School is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you. For them. Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Okay, we go to the top of the 8th inning. Walla Walla on top of Linn-Benton 7-3, and the 3, 4, and 5 hitters do up for the Warriors, and Cootsie steps up, takes the first pitch for a strike. A ball's and a strike on Cootsie. He's looking to get an official at bat here sometime today. Linn-Benton doesn't want to mess with him. Here is the pitch. Fastball inside corner, strike 2. He has 4 walks here in the ball game, so he has no official appearances this afternoon, as he's walked every time he's been to the plate. Once intentionally back in the 6th. Here's the next pitch. Swing, fly ball, right field towards the bullpen area, and I believe it actually ended up in there. Yep, it does. So the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Kuski, Martin, and DeWitt do up for Walla Walla here in the top of the 8th inning. McDaniel, the third pitcher for Linn-Benton here in the ball game. Next pitch swung and a foul. I don't know if I caught the umpire or caught the catcher. Got one of them. Must have caught the umpire. No one's saying anything to him, and they never do when you get hit. Trust me, I know. I got hit last night enough. Here's the next pitch. Swing, popped up, foul territory, and that will also drift out of play. The count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Well, McDaniel, again, the third pitcher in relief for Linn-Benton. Travis Sanders went 5 innings, gave up 2 runs. Offenberger went 1+ innings, gave up 3 runs. Now McDaniel in. Next pitch, a bouncing ball past the diving third baseman into left field for a base hit. Okutski been on base 5 times now here this afternoon. 4 walks and a base hit as he leads off with a base hit for Walla Walla in the top of the 8th inning.
First baseman, number 37,
Keelan Martin. Martin today is 0 for 3, as Walla Walla has a 7-3 lead. He'll step on in. First pitch from the sidewinder is low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Keelan Martin. Infield looking for a ground ball double play. Outfield playing Martin straight. Here's the next pitch. Swing, foul back to the screen. The count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Other games left here this afternoon. Lane and Everett will play at 4:35. Then the nightcap will be Mount Hood and Lower Columbia at 7:35. So if you've got time, come on out. It'll be a pleasant evening. Watch some baseball. We'll be here through Monday. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One of these 8 teams will succeed the Yakima Yaks as the NWAC baseball champions. Yakima did not make it back to Longview this year. Here's the next pitch. That's wasted outside and low for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Keelan Martin. And Linn-Benton was considered one of the favorites. They may still win the ball game, but they're down 4 as we're in the 8th inning. McDaniel is ready. Here's the pitch. Swing, fouled away, and the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Walla Walla came in with an RPI ranking of 6th. And right now, Dave Malia in his 8th season, trying to get Walla Walla's first ever championship here at the NWACs. Here's the next pitch. Swing, line drive to right field. On comes the right fielder, Smith. He makes the catch, throw it to first, diving back safely. First base is Kutski. So 1 out as Martin flies to right field, and that'll bring to the plate the number 5 hitter, Larry DeWitt. DeWitt today having really good game offensively, as well as he is 3 for 4. He has 3 of Walla Walla's 6 hits, and he takes the first pitch at the knees for strike 1. He has a couple of singles, a double, scored a couple of runs, an RBI, so he's 3 out of 4 from the box today. McDaniel from the stretch once again. Here is the pitch, and that one's at the knees for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on DeWitt. Right-handed hitter. DeWitt, a sophomore from Kennewick, Tri-Cities area. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swing and bouncing ball up the middle, charged by the second baseman. He'll step on second for one, throw to first in time, double play. Nice job by Cowden as he steps on the bag to retire Kutzke for the first out, throws to Cosmer for the second out, the double play completed, and Walla turned aside here in the 8th. For the Warriors in the 8th, no runs, no hits, or one hit rather, no errors, no one left on base. After 7.5, Walla 7, Linn-Benton 3.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Walla leading Linn-Benton by a score of 7-3 as Jared Molna will start the 8th inning so far. Gone 7 innings, allowed 6 base hits, just 3 runs, walked 1. That's back in the first inning and struck out 7. Here's the next pitch, outside corner with the fastball, strike 2. Well, Molna really doing a fine job. He struggled in the 3rd inning and gave up a single run in the 4th, but since then he's been very good. Here's the next pitch, misses outside and away for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the winner will play tomorrow at 4:35, loser at 9:35. Molna steps off the rubber, and Cosner will step back in. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. That fastball outside for ball 2. Cosner on the day is 1 for 3. Triple and a run scored in the 3rd. And flied out a couple of times. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cosner strikes out to start the bottom of the 8th inning. And for Molna, his 8th strikeout of the night. He has now retired 7 consecutive batters after giving a base hit to Peters back in the 6th. He has now struck out 5 of the last 7 batters that he has faced and struck out 8 on the day. Here's the first pitch to Bauer. Bauer takes it on the outside corner, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Bauer. Bauer today is 2 for 3 with a home run and a couple RBIs and a run scored. Here's the next pitch. Another curveball, catches the outside corner, strike 2. Infield base hit back in the 1st, the inside the park home run on the 3rd, and then the line out to the first baseman his last at bat. But he's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch, swing, hit down the left field line, twisting away towards the stands and out of play. The count remains at no balls and 2 strikes on Bauer. Bauer, sophomore season, left-handed hitter, Vancouver, Washington boy. Traveled down to the Willamette Valley to play in Albany for Linn-Benton. Now he will step back in and get a good look at him there. Molnar ready. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball hit towards the shortstop. LaFontaine bobbles it, and safe at first base is Bauer. Well, that ends the streak of 7 in a row retired by Molna as Bauer reaches on the air. And for the Warriors, that's their 5th air of the ball game. That'll bring to the plate Damon Peters. 1 out, 7-3 Walla Walla leading Linn-Benton, and the number 3 hitter Damon Peters to the plate. Molna from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Curveball at the belt. Strike 1. No balls and a strike on Peters. Peters today is 1 for 3. A single in the 6th. Went to third on a 2-base error. Struck out and grounded out as well. The ground out to the first baseman. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That curveball a little bit inside. Ball 1. 1 ball and a strike on Peters. Caleb Smith awaits on deck for the Roadrunners as Walla Walla leads by 4. Molnar ready. Here comes the pitch. Fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Peters. Wears the number 25 on his jersey. Steps back in. Molnar will look over at first base from the stretch. Now he'll throw. Again, early in the ball game, he made a lot of throws to runners at first and second. Seemed to settle down. Maybe just wasn't comfortable on the hill. Now he's been working well because he's up by 4 and he's worked into the 8th. Here's a pitch. Swing popped up. Short right field. The second baseman in shallow right field near the line makes the catch for the out. DeWitt moving a long ways to his left and in fair territory makes the catch, and Peters is retired for the second out here in the 8th inning of play. That'll bring up to the plate for the Roadrunners their cleanup hitter, Caleb Smith. Smith, the right fielder today, has 1 base hit and 3 at-bats. Scored a run back in the 4th, which at the time gave Linn-Benton the 2-run lead. Takes the first pitch and it misses for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Peters. Smith ready, infield playing back deep. Looking to knock the ball down as they have 2 outs here in the inning. Molna from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing, fouled away. They count on 1 ball and 1 strike. Smith from Corvallis, again just right in the area of Albany. There is a campus for Linn-Benton in Corvallis. Molna a long time. Here comes the pitch, and that fastball, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Caleb Smith. Runner at first. Bauer taking his lead. Being held on there by Martin. And Molna again will take a long look over there. Now he's ready from the stretch. Here comes the pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Smith is retired for the 3rd out here in the 8th inning of play. For the Roadrunners, no runs on no hits. There was 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Your score, Walla Walla 7, Linn-Benton 3.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you. For them. Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Station Portland on space to ground 3. Ready to close valve 2. Over valve 1.
Top of the ninth we go as Walla Walla leads Linn-Benton 7-3. Pia, Akuma, Heiberg all due up for Walla Walla here in the top of the ninth. McDaniel, the third pitcher for Linn-Benton, fires a pitch in and the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Olympic College is a place to pursue your dreams on and off the field. With 11 women's and men's athletic teams and numerous academic pathways, there is something for everyone at Olympic College. Get busy learning at olympic.edu. Pitch misses, ball 2. Count 2 balls and a strike now on Pia. And we're getting 2 more games after this one. Here's the next pitch, and that's inside. Pia almost stepped into it and quickly got his front foot out of the way, and the count goes to 3-1. 2 more games after this at 4:35, Lane and Everett. Then the nightcap at 7:35, Mount Hood and Lower Columbia. Top of the ninth here, Walla Walla leading Linn-Benton 7-3. McDaniel's ready, and there's the pitch. Ground ball off the front of the mound into center field for a base hit. So Pia picks up his second base hit of the ball game as it goes right up the middle. And he is a 2-for-3 day going right now. And he's down at first base with a leadoff single. We'll bring up the catcher, Futa Ikuma. And Ikuma today has been on base a few times. Been on base 3 times, and the pitch hit him. I was looking down, and it looks like we got a warning as they pointed to the pitcher. I was looking down, didn't see what happened. Let's see. Watch the pitch. And, oh yeah, it's right up inside on the back. And Ikuma hit by the pitch, and he'll go down to first base. So that is the 3rd batter hit by a pitch, or actually the 4th batter, I believe. Yep, 4th batter, as McDaniel has hit 3 here this afternoon. And now we got runners at first and second for Walla Walla. And we're going to get a visit from the mound. So Pia down to second, Ikuma at first on the hit batter, and Heiberg will come to the plate. Now we'll see what we're going to do here for Linn-Benton. As Ryan Gibson comes out, he's going to go to the bullpen. McDaniel will leave, as he'll be replaced here in the 9th inning. McDaniel goes 2+ innings. And we'll have our 4th pitcher of the day for Linn-Benton. 7-3 Walla Walla here in the 9th inning with nobody out. And again, a new pitcher for Linn-Benton. And coming on in will be Tanner Gailey. Becomes the 4th pitcher of the afternoon, as Tanner Gailey, a sophomore from Evansville, Wyoming, will pitch and try and limit the damage here as his team trails by a score of 7-3. McDaniel gives up a couple of hits. He strikes out nobody. He walks nobody. Right now he's given up 2 runs, and he's still responsible for 2 more out there as Gailey comes in for Linn-Benton. Gailey on the year has an ERA of 3.55. He is 1-0 on the season. He has pitched 7 games, 12 2/3 innings, given up 11 hits. He has walked 6 and struck out 15. And again, Gailey now becomes the 4th pitcher for Linn-Benton here this afternoon. Pia on at second, reached base on a single, and Ikuma at first base after being hit by a pitch. And Walla Walla looking to try and ice this ball game here as they're up by 4 going to the 9th inning. Right now, Grand Slam ties it, but you always want more because in baseball, at least, it's not done till the last out. That'll bring to the plate Robbie Heiberg. Heiberg today is 0 for 2, but he scored a run and been on base a couple of times, struck out once as well. First time he faces the new batter, or the new pitcher, Gailey. for Linn-Benton. And he spins around, looks back at second base, and back easily is Piha. 7-3 Walla Walla. 7 runs on 7 hits, but the Warriors have committed 5 errors here today, and Linn-Benton 3 runs and just 6 base hits, 2 miscues. Gailey is ready. Looks back to second, comes home with a pitch, and Heiberg shows the bunt and pulls the bat back. Pitch misses high, ball 1. Wind blowing fairly steadily now from right to left. It does pick up in the afternoon here at Story Field. Take a look there. Old Glory. And Gailey is ready. Again, he'll work from the stretch. Again, another look back to second base. Here is a pitch, and Heiberg bunts it foul. Behind us, you hear it hit the press box, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Walla Walla looking to hold on to take on Columbia Basin at 4:35 tomorrow. Linn-Benton looking for a rally in the bottom of the ninth to take on the Hawks. That first game was decided on a 2-out error as the right fielder dropped the ball down the right field line, allowing Columbia Basin to score the winning run. Went to replay to make sure it was the correct call. Here's the next pitch. And again, Heiberg shows the bunt, pulls the bat back, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Batter Heiberg takes a look down at third base. See what his coach has to offer. Now he'll step back in. Here comes the pitch, and that fastball at the letters. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Linn-Benton looking for the double play ground ball. Get out of the inning. At least limit the damage, they're hoping. You never know what's going to happen. Of course, they may not score Walla Walla with runners at first and second, nobody out, but again, hard to say. That's why we like baseball. You think you know everything about it, and something screwy always ends up that way. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Check swing, curveball, low and away. They'll appeal down to first, and first base umpire John Jackson says no, and the count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Heiberg will step back in again. I don't believe the runners will be going with nobody out, because you could get a strikeout, throw out, double play. See what happens. And he is not going, and the fastball is inside, ball 4. So Heiberg draws a walk, and that'll load the bases once again, as down to third goes Piha, second base Ikuma, and first base Heiberg. Well, Gailey walks his first batter of the ball game, and that is the 10th of the afternoon by Linn-Benton, along with 4 hit batters. So 14 batters have reached base for Walla Walla here due to the wildness of Linn-Benton pitching. Now to bring to the plate LaFontaine, and the first pitch misses away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on LaFontaine. Today he's been on base 3 times, hit by a pitch, walked, reached base on an error, and flied out. Bases full of Warriors. Here's the pitch. Fastball is upstairs, ball 2. It looked like Desvians was a little dejected by that call, as he kind of slumped his head after the pitch was called a ball. Now he'll go out and talk to his pitcher. Counts 2 balls and no strikes on LaFontaine. Again, the Warriors have really made hay in the last half of the game, scoring 4 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, now threatening to add on here in the 9th as the bases are full with nobody out, leading by a score of 7-3. Desvians and Gailey done with the conference, and now LaFontaine will step back in. Gailey from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Strike 1. 1 ball, 2 balls and 1 strike on LaFontaine. Game started at 12:34, and kind of slowed down the pace here from the 6th inning on. But we have built up time. Here's the next pitch. Misses outside, as we have 4 hours between the 12:30 and the 4:30 game, so we'll probably be back on schedule for the 4:35 contest between Lane and Everett, and the 7:35 contest tonight between Lower Columbia, the host team, and Mount Hood. Count 3-1 now on LaFontaine. Gailey from the stretch. Here is the pitch, and that pitch misses high, ball 4. Another walk and an RBI for LaFontaine. Piha scores from third. Makes it 8-3. Down to third goes Ikuma. Down to second goes Heiberg. And down to first on the free pass is LaFontaine. That second walk given up by Gailey. And now we'll have go back to top of the order. And Wagstaff. Wagstaff today has a couple of RBIs. This will be his 6th time to the plate. Officially, it is his 5th at bat. Depending on what happens, we're going to go to the bullpen once again. Gailey is going to go 0+ innings. He's going to be replaced as he walks 2 batters, faces 2 batters, and that's it. No hits so far. Let's see, how many runners has he given up? We've only scored 1 for McDaniel, so right now he's still responsible for 2. And once again, Ryan Gibson will go to the bench. Bullpen for Linn-Benton. He'll bring in his 5th pitcher here this afternoon. And this time he'll bring in KJ Strickland, sophomore, and he'll come on in and try and stop the bleeding, because it's just not been a good day for pitching for the Linn-Benton team, as they've just been unable to throw strikes. I mean, again, you walk 11 batters, you get 4, and you're up to 15 batters who've reached base. That you have to put the ball in play. That's, I know, it's just going to eat up head coach Ryan Gibson, as his team trails 8-3 here in the top of the 9th inning. Base is still full for Walla and nobody out. So Strickland on in for relief. And on the year, he has a 4-4 mark, 4.05 ERA. He has pitched 10 games. He has started 5. And he's pitched 40 innings on the year. Has not picked up a save. On the year, he has, hard to read the numbers here, he has 17 walks and 28 strikeouts on the year. And right now, bases full of Walla Warriors in an 8-3 game, and Strickland coming on in to try and limit the damage as much as he can. And the first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Wagstaff back to the plate. We mentioned a couple RBIs, base hit, and he has 1-4-4 this afternoon. Right-hander is Strickland. He is ready. Here's the pitch. That fastball misses again. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Walla sent 9 players to the plate in the 6th, 7 players in the 7th, 1, 2, 3 inning they with a double play, and now here in the 9th inning they have put the first 4 batters on base and scored a run. Wagstaff, the 5th batter of the inning. Here's a pitch. Swing and a soft line drive into left field. That ball's for a base hit. Scoring from third is Ikuma. Rounding third and heading for home is the second run. The throw back to second, and diving back safely in there is the runner LaFontaine. So a 2-run single for Wagstaff, and that makes it 10-3. as he just shoots it right down over the third baseman's head. Picks up Ikuma and Heiberg, I believe. I didn't move him down, yeah. Heiberg. Now I have runners at first and second as LaFontaine is at second. And at first is Wagstaff. That'll bring to the plate Miyagi. Miyagi takes the first pitch for ball one. Or strike one, I mean. Strike one. Well, Miyagi, this is his second at bat of the ball game. And he is 0 for 1. No balls, 2 strikes now on Miyagi. And it's 10-3, Walla Walla. Just really added on since the 6th inning. Strickland ready. Next pitch called, strike 3, and Miyagi is out for the first out of the inning. That's the first strikeout of the ball game for Strickland. As a staff, that is the 5th of the ball game for Linn-Benton. That'll bring to the plate Kutzke. Kutzke today is 1 for 1, but he's been on base 5 times. First pitch to him, fastball at the knees, strike 1. No balls, a strike on Kutzke. He has been walked 4 times today. Kutzke has, intentionally in the 6th. He scored a run and then had a single in his last at bat in the 8th. 10-3 Walla Walla. Strickland comes home with the pitch, curveball, and it misses low. Ball 1, 1 ball and a strike on Kutzke. Works for me. Strickland ready. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a ground ball, foul down the third base line. And the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kutzke hit it hard, but just a little bit left of the bag. That's a third baseman. Peters is guarding the line, but couldn't get to that one. Again, Linn-Benton looking for the ground ball if they can turn a double play and get out of the inning. Hope for a lot of runs in the bottom of the 9th. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, hit towards his shortstop. He's got it underhand to second for 1. Relay on to first in time, and the 6-4-3 double play is completed. But 3 more runs for Walla Walla here in the 9th inning. 3 runs on, looks like 2 hits. We had no errors and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Your score is now Walla Walla 10, Linn-Benton 3.
I absolutely love the culture of C of I. I think that it promotes excellence in students in every way. It pushes people to be just generally good, kind people. I really love how the P curriculum pushes students academically. You can be involved in student government, you can be involved in res life, you can be involved in sports, and kind of explore what kind of person you are and kind of how you will fit into the world after you graduate. I'm Ellen Campbell, and that's why I chose C of I.
Ready for a new adventure? Study at Douglas College in Vancouver, Canada. Take a post-degree program and launch your career, or prepare to study at top Canadian universities. Become eligible for a 3-year work visa with a 2-year program. Choose success. Choose Douglas College.
Molna looking for a complete game victory as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. He's behind the leadoff hitter Tate Cowden, 2-0. Next pitch, bouncing ball hit to the shortstop. Glove there by LaFontaine. Throw to first in time, and Cowden is retired for the first out of the inning. A 1 up, 1 down for Linn-Benton here in the bottom of the ninth. And they'll bring to the plate Josh Congdon. Linn-Benton, the South #1 seed, looking to avoid the upset, but it needs 7 runs before 2 outs are scored, or they'll be playing tomorrow morning at 9:35 against Tacoma. Congdon, today has had no luck whatsoever. Swings at the first pitch for strike 1. No balls and a strike on Congdon. The DH is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Looking to avoid the infamous golden sombrero. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, swing, fouled away, off the screen. The count's 0 balls and 2 strikes on Congdon. Carter awaits on deck for Linn-Benton. Molna has walked just 1 and struck out 8 here this afternoon and leads 10-3. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Curveball, swing, fly ball, left center field, moving back on the ball, the left fielder and the center fielder. They both dive, and the ball falls onto the ground for a base hit. Heiberg and Minyagi, I believe, are the ones that are out there. You see the play. They're both on their run. It splits them. They both dive, and fortunately, they didn't hit each other. Heiberg's already taken 1 hard shot today. They both come up empty, and Congdon has a double into left center field. So a 1-out double for Congdon, and that'll bring to the plate Cole Carter. 10-3, Walla Walla, 1 out here in the 9th inning. Carter today looking for his first base hit as well. Molna from the stretch. Looks back to second, comes home with a pitch, delivers a fastball to letters for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Carter. Carter grounded in a double play in the 2nd, flied out to the center fielder in the 4th, and struck out looking back in the 7th. Molna, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball foul. And the count now, no balls and 2 strikes on Carter. Walla Walla, again, has never won a championship here. Been here 13 times, but looking for numero uno. And right now, 2 outs away from the first upset of the tournament. Molna ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Some of the fans thought that was a strike, but didn't happen. So I count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carter steps back in. Molna ready. Looks back to second once again. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a foul back straight at the screen. And the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes still. It's always fun to watch a ball hit back into the screen because everybody jumps. You never really know if the screen's going to hold, but it does. Like probably 1,000 out of 1,001 times. Well, I remember a couple years ago, maybe last year, ball came right over the top and bounced right in front of us and nearly hit the glass. So it can come through. Went over the top though. Molna ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that fastball is outside. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Logan Meadows awaits on deck for the Roadrunners. But they've got a long ways to go before they can think about anything except for getting runners on base. So comes a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Carter fans for the 2nd time this afternoon, and it's down to the last chance for Linn-Benton. For Molna, his 9th strikeout of the ball game, and it'll be up to Logan Meadows to keep the ball game alive. Now we've got a pinch hitter. So Meadows will not bat as Derek Dardzinski will hit for Meadows. Derek Dardzinski in will try and keep the game alive for Linn-Benton as it'll replace Meadows. Meadows had 1 hit here this afternoon and 3 at-bats, and Dardzinski his first appearance at the dish here this afternoon. Left-handed hitter against right-hander Molna. First pitch to him, fastball, outside corner, strike 1. Dardzinski, 265 average this season. Freshman from Woodinville, which is a bit north of Seattle. And he's pinch hitting here in the bottom of the 9th. Molnar ready. Runner at second takes his lead. No one keeping him close. Here comes the pitch. Swing. Fouled away. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Well, it's now down to game time for the Roadrunners as Dardzinski represents their last hope with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Molna looking to get that final out and get the complete game victory. He'll work from the stretch. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball a little bit outside. And Akuma framed that pitch for a moment but didn't get the call from Jim Courtney. And the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, the winner tomorrow at 4:35 against Columbia Basin. Loser out game at 9:35 tomorrow morning against Tacoma. Molna has been good enough to win, even with a team that's 5 errors here this afternoon. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a ground ball hit wide at first. Gloved there by Martin. He'll underhand to Molna. He's got it. Ball game is over. Fittingly ends as Molna gets the put out and the victory here for the Walla Walla Warriors as they knock off the Linn-Benton Roadrunners here this afternoon. For the Roadrunners in the bottom half of the 9th inning, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. So Walla Walla will advance to tomorrow as it will play Columbia Basin at 4:35 here at Story Field in a winner's bracket game. And Linn-Benton, the #1 RPI team here in the tournament, will play a losers out game tomorrow morning at 9:35 against Tacoma. So once again, your final score here in game number 2 at Lower Columbia College in the NWAC baseball tournament. The Walla Walla Warriors, 10 runs on 8 hits. They commit 5 errors. The Linn-Benton Roadrunners, 3 runs on 7 hits. They commit 2 errors. Jared Molna, the winning pitcher, as he goes 7 innings. He allows the 8 hits here this afternoon, walked 1 and struck out 9. Losing pitcher was Laufenberger for the Linn-Benton Roadrunners. He goes 1+ inning, gives up 3 runs on 1 hit. He walked 4 though, and that's what did him in. For the Roadrunners here this afternoon, they walked 11 batters. They hit 4 more, so 15 runners on base for Walla Walla, either due to walks or hit batters, and that's what eventually came in to cost them late in the ball game. As the Walla Walla Warriors scored 4 runs in the 6th inning to take the lead. They added on 2 more in the 7th, 3 more in the 10th, and they win this ball game by a score of 10-3. So that'll do it here in game number 2 for the NWAC Baseball Championships. Our next broadcast will be at 4:35 as Lane will play Everett. We'll have that broadcast here beginning at 4:30. So in about an hour, join us again. We'll be ready for our next ball game. Till then, this is Vern Foster with this reminder from Officer Wiper of the Kelso Police Department. Your final score, once again, Walla Walla 10 and Linn-Benton 3. We'll be back in about an hour.